went into comedy a few years ago, but he toured all over the country and the world, I guess, with like some big people, and then he went off on his own. So I just sort of asked him, talked to him about that, what it's like to be like a looper for music. I have this version. I don't know where I get the word looper. I think it's from golf, but just like people who just get by at whatever job they do. Not like the movie stars. You know, it'd be like the working actor. Or not like, it wouldn't be like, if it's a fighter, it wouldn't be like Muhammad Ali. It'd be like some guy who's like 18 and 12 for his career. Those are loopers. People who just get by. They make a living at it for a while. I like hearing what that's like, because those are most of the people in any sort of job. Anyway, so we talked about that, and then we got into talking about how I steal music all the time and how wrong that is. Anyway, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. That's the way. Whatever. We get into it. It's fine. And then we just talk about music and the stuff we like. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But if you're into music, then I guess listen to this episode. Everyone's into music, right? Everyone. All right, so that's it. So in terms of like my stand-up and stuff, I have my story. First and foremost, my Storyteller show. This Is Not Happening presents. It's this Tuesday, the 28th. Tomorrow, February 28th at the Improv. This Is Not Happening presents Shame. It's all stories about shame. Me, Bobby Lee from Mad TV, Mary Lynn Rice Cub from what show is she on? 24, and that old girls guitar club show, a group she used to be in. Johnny Pemberton from he's on some MTV show. I don't know. These people are all good. Oh, and then Dylan Brody's there. He did my first show, and Moshe Kasher, who we did this shame topic in Portland, and he was it's one of the best stories ever. So I didn't record it or anything, so I fucked up as always. So we're gonna do it this week. He's gonna do the story again. So it should be really it should be really good. I mean, come. It's $5. It's only $5. So please come out to the Improv on Melrose, February 28th. And the one after this, I don't know what the topic is yet, but they're all good. But whatever the topic is, it's March 27th, whatever Tuesday that is. So now I have to make sure if it's March 27th. Yep, it is. So anyway, so that's it in terms of the This Is Not Happening show. Other stand-up, I'm going to Easton, Maryland in March. These are all March gigs. I got Easton, Maryland. I got Vancouver at the end of March. Dallas, the Addison Improv. Where else? Philadelphia at Helium and San Diego. These are all in March and April. In Easton, it's at the Avalon Theater. It's AvalonTheater.com, or just go to my website. If you go to my website on the right, there's a link for all my upcoming dates. So please go there, because that's what I do. I'm a stand-up, so that's my thing. I'm a looper for stand-up. So, like, I put this out, I do all this stuff just so people come see me. So please come see me. And if you know people in that area, tell them to go out if they're cool, not if they're asshole types. Whatever. They don't need to come out. So that's it. Easton, Vancouver, Addison, Philadelphia, all over. And Toronto, for the Canadian Comedy Fest. There's some sort of comedy festival there, March 23rd. But they haven't put the fucking dates up yet on their goddamn website, so it's not up for sale yet. So that'll be up for sale hopefully this week. I don't know. It's very annoying. Show's like 3 weeks out. Whatever. That's it. Oh. Also, if you're listening to these, please subscribe on iTunes or on Stitcher or on or you just go to my website and they're all there, arithegreat.com. I'm also trying to make an easier to find link to all the episodes, like by topic or something. Not fine. I'm trying to build one. So my web lady is going to try to build it. She will. She'll get it done. So then it'll be better. But until then, just if you hear about one, you can just enter my search engine on my website, and then it'll take you right there, or a comedian or a topic. And then also, speaking of podcasts, because that's what I'm doing right now, I started a new podcast with my friends Jason Tebow and Sam Tripoli. They've both been on my podcast before. Tripoli was on like 21 or 22 or 20, one of those. And then Tebow was on one earlier than that. I forget what number it is. But anyway, regardless, we started a sports podcast. It's at the Toad Hop Network. It's called Punch Drunk. It's just it's different than this. It's not the same format at all. It's us talking about sports, but in our own degenerate way about whatever sports we want. It's fun. It's just three guys. It's kind of like the conversations we have in the back of the Comedy Store. we just get into sports talk, and that ends with us like making fun of each other, or just talking about ridiculous stuff. It's based on sports. We veer off as much as this podcast veers off from whatever topic I'm supposed to do. So, man, there's already 5.5 minutes. All right, I got to wrap this one up. So go. It's every Tuesday, and we film it. It's on video too, so you can watch the video. Go to ToadHopNetwork.com. Toad, like a toad, hop, like what it does. Network.com. It's me, Sam Tripoli, and Jason Tebow, and it's fun. We did one episode so far, so we're gonna do it every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then we have like special analysts and stuff, correspondents. Like Bertie Stevens is going to be our baseball correspondent because he always goes to Major League Baseball games and just fucks around. Steve Renazzisi, who moved to New York and betrayed all of us in Los Angeles, is going to be our New York City sports radio reporter. And I don't know, we got a bunch of other stuff. It should be fun. So go tune into that. If you want more of this, then tune into that.
I told my friend, like, when the Viper Room first opened, I played there, and this is the first time this ever happened to me. I went up to the bar and I said, "Hey, let me get a Heineken," and he goes, "Cool." And he turned around and he handed it to me. He goes, $6. And I go, "No, I only want one." Yeah. And he goes, "Yeah, $6."
When was that?
And that was like, I don't know, early 90s or something when it first opened. And that was when beers were, I'm not kidding you, $1.50, $2 or so for like a Budweiser, and then an import was $3.
Really?
And they were exactly double.
I mean, I guess that's inflation.
But that was more of like, you're paying to be in here. You don't like it, get the fuck out.
I remember going home once. It was like 2000. Maybe 2000. It might have been before 9/11. I don't know. Maybe 2001. Maybe right around there. Went back to DC and I got a beer and they said $6. And I was like, this is not the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
You're fucking Adams Morgan. You can't charge prices like this.
Yeah, $6 in DC. That's completely ridiculous.
But now it's like that everywhere.
Yeah, and that's for like a Pabst.
Sometimes, those are supposed to be $1. That's the thing. Those are supposed to be the point of the Pabst.
That's the dollar beer.
It's not that it's good. $1, maybe $2.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not good.
Not at all.
And they sell it for like, $6. People want this. I'm like, we only want it because it's $1.
That's why you bought it. You were like, we could get more.
Beer.
Yeah, and it's funny too because like when I was young, you could get this thing called the Shaffir Sport Pack.
Yeah, what is that?
It was 18 beers for $2.
Oh, that is sporty.
Yeah, and
for $2? For
$2, Shaffir Sport Pack. It was like
just fermented water.
$2.80. Yeah, and you got no buzz at all. It was weird, but you felt like we're getting a shitload of beer, but it didn't do anything to you.
That's this pot I just got. It was the same thing where I'm like, 2 for $1 and 5 gram eighths. That's pretty good. And you smoke, and you're like, I gotta smoke this whole goddamn 1.5 grams just to get a buzz.
Yeah,
no wonder.
You're back smoking weed. You stopped for a while, right?
13 days.
13 days, and you were. Yeah. Did you feel way better?
No, none of that mattered at all.
Yeah.
You told me it took 6 months to clear up your brain, right?
That's right, and then I could start remembering stuff great.
Yeah, I didn't put in long enough for that. But I did have crazy dreams when I was asleep. Yeah. It was easier to sleep. I didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night. But I figured that out later anyway. It's like just smoke indicas before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Just make sure not to smoke sativa because when that wears off, you just pop wide awake.
Yeah, when I was young, indica was the only weed they had around. I mean, that was the weed you wanted. You didn't want the brown weed.
I figured it out. It's because sativa takes longer to grow.
Right.
And people are like, we don't have that time.
Yeah.
This shit's good. I can make the same amount. And
indica grew huge, like giant cola buds that were really heavy. So you would have these huge buds that were like this fucking long, and they would weigh tons, and you'd make way more money. Where the sativa had just little baby buds on the ends, you know?
Yeah, sativa. I feel like it caught on more here in SoCal or NorCal, just because California in general is like, the fruity people. Like we enjoy our fine wines and our fine weeds.
Yeah, they like good weed and good wine.
Healthy stuff. I didn't get to that long in it where I was like, could see the effects. Wasn't remembering more or less. It was.
How old are you?
37.
37. Yeah, I'm 46. So.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I'm old, man.
Yeah, you don't look that old.
I'm fucking. I feel old though, which is really weird. Like, because I started comedy at 44.
What?
Yeah.
I would advise anyone not to do that.
I know. And
you've been comedy for 2 years, 3 years.
2 years now. 2 years, 2 months. Oh. But it's I'm tired like all the time.
Yeah.
Because you got to be out all night.
Yeah, you gotta pretty much stay out till 1, 2, especially early when you just get late nights at the store.
Yeah, when you're starting out, and then you're out
So 8 o'clock open mics or fucking 1 a.m. spots at a club.
That's it, and then you go. Then after that, you go eat or something.
Yeah,
get home about 3, and then I get up the next day, and like I'm just in a fog. And
Why don't you just get up at noon?
I do get up at noon, but I'm still tired because I'm like
because you're old.
Yeah, I'm old, and I'm used to like 10 hours of sleep.
Really?
Yeah, like that's what I used to do before comedy.
I find I need less now. I started with like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And now I'm like at 7 or 6. I'm like, I think I'm good.
Yeah, because I always trip on old people. They sleep like 4 hours and then they're
how
up.
do they do that? Less energy spent?
I don't know, man, because I need more sleep, it feels like.
Maybe they're just trying to get to heaven faster. They're not sleeping. They can see it now. It's on their radar.
I don't like getting old. I mean, I don't mind it. I like the life I've had, but I don't like I feel beat up.
You do?
You know, like I ride a motorcycle every day. So I've done all my spots on a motorcycle, so my shoulders are fucked up. You know,
your spots on a motorcycle?
Yeah, like I go to all the comedy spots, so I'm on it all night. You know,
that fucks up your shoulder.
Well, yeah, because you're grabbing a clutch for years, your left hand. So I've got like this fucked up, like
leaning
just worn out shit in my shoulder.
Yeah,
but my mind is young. You know what I mean? Like I'm into great young shit. I'm not like all. Argh.
You're into like new music and stuff.
I like new music. You know,
that's most of it.
That's most of it.
You know, then you figure out what clothes to wear after that, and you hang out with whoever. But it's like as soon as you start going like, man, my days bands were better. It's like no, everybody's days bands are the exact same.
Yeah, it's true.
Know?
However,
I'm starting to hear the stuff on classic rock now.
Yeah,
that I remember older people saying this is bullshit music. You know?
Yeah.
And
like,
now it's on their station.
Like Guns N' Roses is classic rock now.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses, Nirvana.
Yeah, fuck yeah, 20
like,
years.
This is your music today. And now everyone's like, well, that was great music. But it's like, back then, we sort of knew it wasn't because everyone was telling us it wasn't. So when people are shitting on, like, not Bieber, because that's, like, super hip, like, teeny pop.
Yeah, that's different.
But, like, anyone that plays it, whatever, Weezer, let's say, it's like, yeah, this is great music.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I like, if it's good, I like it. You know what I mean? Like, I love shit like Wilco. You know?
Yeah, I never got into Wilco.
Yeah, I get into guys that are around a long time, but they're not like super famous, you know. But they're more
fun. It feels better that way when we're the only people who knows them.
Yeah, exactly. I love the yeahs when they hit. I think Karen O's like the best front person I've seen in years. As far as a woman, I've never seen someone so radical.
Dude, that video from Maps?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was just a shot of her, and she sang, and then just slowly started tearing up and crying
so
as
great.
she was singing.
Yeah.
Everyone I told that to was like, you got to see that video. And everybody, I think I had a girlfriend at the time, and she was like, why? Everybody tells me that. Like, why? I'm like, just see it. I'm like, that's what everybody says. Just see it.
Yeah.
It was
She's
so good.
Killer front person.
Carboni, I think, went out with her.
Who, really?
You remember P. Carboni, or was he already gone before you started?
I don't know him, but man, if he did, you know, because she dated, which is really weird.
This is like high school or
she dated Spike Jonze, who was married to Sofia Coppola. And I love Sofia Coppola. He dumps her, and that's basically what her film, what is it?
Lost in Translation?
Lost in Translation is kind of built
like
on
getting
that.
dumped by someone more talented?
Well, they were in Japan, supposedly. He was out there for Fuji Rock.
Yeah.
And then kind of, I think, was hanging out with her or something.
Fuji Rock.
That's like a huge festival out there, like the Coachella of Japan.
Really?
Yeah, and then I guess they kind of hooked up or something. I don't know. Yeah. And then so he dated her after.
Dated who? Karen O after.
Karen O after. Which
because he helped put that album together with her for Where the Wild Things Are.
That's right.
He directed and got her to do it. Was he already fucking her then?
He was fucking her before that. Now they're just friends.
Nobody gets anything for free. Every time somebody gets ahead, you're like, oh, they're super talented. Maybe that's why. No, they were fucking.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep.
They're best friends, or they grew up in the same block.
Something. We need a friend that hits it, you know?
Yeah. Well, speaking of Coachella, that's why I want to talk to you. That's why I invited you in. I want to talk about your music. What did you do?
I played music 25 years.
What were you in, like bands? Or
I was in bands. I brought a couple CDs. You'll hate them, but to show you.
The music or I thought that was your comedy CDs. I'm like,
no, the music. I don't have any comedy CDs. I was in a metal band when I started, of course, young. You know, I grew up in the Bay Area, like Metallica and all that was my, I worship.
That was who's big then?
Metallica, they're only a couple years older than me, but they seemed way older when I was hanging around them.
What? Do you know what they were doing?
They were just kind of older, big dudes. They're really tall. They're older. They were drinking Jaeger. Like, people didn't drink Jaeger back then. They were just really radical, weird dudes.
Yeah, when I knew about Metallica, I mean, probably 10 years, 8 years after you, but like they were like, whatever. But then I heard the old stuff. I was like, oh, this is almost like punk.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like,
because in San Fran, you had the Mabue Gardens, which was the biggest punk club besides CBGB's. Oh. There was nothing bigger. You had Dead Kennedys. That's right. It was the West Coast CBGB's.
What is it?
It was called the Mabue Gardens, and it was the weirdest place.
Where was it, Berkeley?
No, it was in San Francisco on Broadway.
Yeah.
And it was a Thai restaurant. And I think it was Jello from Dead Kennedys. Put on one show in there once, and the owner was this Thai dude named Ness, and he went, "Oh shit, I can make gold mine," and that was it. The next day, it was a punk club, and they just started doing punk. Man,
Did they keep serving Thai food?
Nope, no more food, and he kept the logo still. Mabue Gardens, fine Thai food, which was
that probably made it a cooler place too. Where it's like, oh, this is interesting.
And I mean, they had them all. Black Flag, early Devo. I'm talking Devo, yellow suits, weird shit.
Devo's from San Fran.
No, but they would come out and play. Everybody would play like CBGBs. They would do like. Berkeley, they had a place over there, I forget what it's called, and then they would do Mabue Gardens. These are like major punk establishments, G.G. Allen, all that shit, Did
you go watch shows there?
I've seen a ton of those shows.
Did you ever play there?
I played there a million times, man,
really?
but I didn't play as a punk band. They would do a metal night also, which is where Metallica would kind of play. And then there was a club right across the street called The Stone, and that's really where Metallica really hit and took off at.
Why'd you start playing metal?
Well, when I was young, I was into like Accept, and I was into like early Scorpions. Metal bands.
Yeah, I remember Scorpions. What were the big songs?
Saxon. Scorpions had like Blackout.
Well, how does that go?
Blackout. I really had a blackout.
There's something else I remember from Scorpions.
They had a dumb hit like, "There's no one like you." It was like,
We're Not Gonna Take It? That wasn't Scorpions.
No, that's Twisted Sister, which is terrible. But
I figured Scorpions had one song that I knew that was like a radio hit.
Oh, well, they, what else did they have?
Probably it would have been later. It would have been way later. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
But, I mean, metal was kind of big in San Fran. You had this band, Exodus. Which was really fucking big, and metal was really the San Fran was the ground zero of metal. Actually,
was metal before punk or after punk?
It was after punk. It was just kind of like right after punk. You went from like say Sex Pistols and Ramones and Clash, and then these guys just kind of took it into something different because you had this thing called the new metal British movement, like the heavy metal British movement, which was like Saxon and these bands that Metallica was listening to, and then they kind of formed it into their own thing.
Was Sabbath up there?
Sabbath, but they were earlier, This stuff was like a Motorhead, Saxon.
Yeah. I met that guy Lemmy once.
Yeah, Lemmy. I see him around.
Really?
He's always
still
at the
running around Hollywood?
Yeah, he's at the Rainbow all the time. Yeah.
God.
I guess he lives around the corner from there. What a trippy dude, huh?
I guess do those guys just keep going to those same bars?
Yeah.
Just like Dice keeps going to the comedy store?
Yeah, you're going to want to go where you can dress like him. I mean, look at him.
But he can go anywhere at this point, right?
Right, but I mean, there he can just go down, meet a girl, and leave.
And you blend in, too.
Yeah, you blend in. You're not
What were you telling me? That was you telling me that, right, about Steve Jones?
Steve Jones, yeah. I had him on the show. He was awesome. He'd just go down there, park his motorcycle, take like his shirt off and hang out, and girls would just get on the bike, and he would ride away with them up to the hills, screw them, and then ride them back without talking to them.
That's so crazy.
That's great.
Just outside in the hills, or did he live up there?
No, he lived up there.
Okay.
Yeah, can you imagine something?
Let's go where it's dark.
Yeah, like I'm in a tree fort.
I've done that before, where I've pulled over with a girl that I'm with. I'm like, let's fuck right now. So you have to pull over and find a. You can't just do it in front of somebody's yard.
No,
you got to find a big hedge or something.
It seems like you always get caught too.
Really?
Well, like
no, I've only done it a few times. I've never gotten caught.
To me, it's like some kind of like a guy will be like, "Get out of here!" Like you're in a neighborhood, and a guy looks out like there's somebody out there.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. Car fucking's weird. Though.
I never got caught. I always almost forget to turn my lights off though before we did it. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta turn these off.
And where would you do that in L.A.?
Yeah, like if I'm going down Sunset. I remember with an ex once, I was going down Sunset. She said something sort of sexual, and I was like, fuck this. And I just made it right on Sunset and went up a little bit.
Yeah.
Those big houses are all there.
Yeah, that's where you get caught, though. Like,
I know, but a lot of times there's not that many street lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people are like, whose car is that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just like, let's park outside. Like, no one should be parked outside.
Yeah.
It's almost you're better off on Sunset or something like that.
Yeah, you are right here.
Car, who cares?
No one would even, and if they were fucking, they'd go, oh, those guys are fucking, and keep walking.
I've caught people fucking in cars before.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but I've seen it before.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, they're going at it.
It's
that
funny.
guy's definitely got his dick out.
Where are you from, D.C.?
Yeah, Maryland.
I played there a few times. 930 Club?
I played there once finally. I saw Alanis Morissette there.
Yeah.
There was this like small period of time where she had one song, You Ought to Know.
Yeah.
And it was like full of rage and anger. And I was like, my friends didn't, they just all classic rock people or like what's the new stuff? Easy listening new stuff, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like what Star 98.7 used to be when it was Star 98.7.
Exactly.
Just like, who would be on those stations? Who's that guy that comes in with Jeff Ross sometimes? Your Body's a Wonderland.
Oh, yeah. John Mayer.
Yeah, so they listened to either one of those two.
Right.
And so I was the only one listening to like alt rock. And so I was like, this chick is cool.
Yeah.
And then she came out with like Ironic and stuff. And I was like, I'm an asshole.
The drummer in that band is, the drummer for Foo Fighters.
What?
Yeah, who's always been the drummer for Foo Fighters, but he was the drummer in that band.
Wow. She came before Foo Fighters, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Time,
she was high school.
Yeah. But that was, if you look at the first video, they're in the desert.
Yeah.
He's the drummer, and he's just fucking pounding. He's got
Really?
long blonde hair, yeah.
Did you ever do that, play in other people's bands?
I never played in anybody else's bands because I was a singer. So if you're in somebody's band, then you're pretty much it's your band. Yeah.
Yeah. I always wondered that when people have like super great musical talent and then they just play, they're like, well, I don't have a band that's making a shitload of money, so I play, for whoever's backup.
Well, there's dudes that make huge livings doing that.
Really?
Well, there's like five drummers in
Maniacs,
town.
like.
Yeah.
She needs a new band.
That's right. And it's like you get there's like 5 amazing drummers in town.
And that's it.
And yeah, that's it. And they use them all. You'll go, oh yeah, they got Brian Tishy on drums, whatever.
Wait, so for their tours or just for like
for their tours and their records?
And then they go on tour with them too, and then they go off tour and they play with somebody else.
Then the guys play with somebody else. Like they'll play with Paul McCartney for a full year.
And so then McCartney will take a break, let's say.
Yep.
And then 8 months later, let's say he calls Joe Tish again and says, "Hey, can you do it?" He goes, "Oh fuck, I'm already booked with so and so," or what do they do?
Well, sometimes what they'll do is they'll book a tour and they'll be working a long time and they'll get a heads up, like, "Hey man, Paul McCartney's going to be going out. He's going to want you again." And the person of the lower stature knows, hey, I know you're going to go to that.
Anybody would understand if I'm going to play with Paul McCartney.
Exactly, because the paycheck's going to be like 10 times what you're getting paid. And they'll get the next great dude who's not working. Right. Because it doesn't matter to them. They're not a band member on the album cover.
And can they get someone like, let's say it's a 6-month tour with let's just say Natalie Merchant. And you're like, all right, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then Paul McCartney calls, but he's like, I start in June. You're not done until July. He's like, well, someone else could fill me for the last month.
They'll do that.
Okay.
Because a lot of times a person will have like 3 drummers they've worked with.
Yeah.
And they'll call that guy and they'll go, we're doing this set list. And the guy will just refresh on it and fly out and start playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how good these pro dudes are.
They have to practice a little bit.
They practice a little bit. They'll go through the shit, and boom, man. I played with dudes. I played with drummers are the hardest, because they get money gigs all the time and you'll lose them. So I played with 5 of the biggest drummers there are, and all of them play different. Your band feels totally different each time.
Yeah.
Like you'll get one guy and you'll go, I love when he plays. It's like a Zeppelin thing. You'll get another guy. I like when this guy plays because he's kind of laid back or whatever. They're all different.
They all have their own feel.
They all have their own feel.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not just by numbers. Like everyone would be doing something different, like comedy or like anything else.
So your band really gets a different flavor all the time.
Yeah. Sometimes I can hear. I used to not understand how I could tell the difference between bands, but I'm like, there's a sound, even when they're not singing. Certain bands have a sound.
They do.
And I'm like, yeah, that's Green Day or that's so-and-so. I can just tell before we open the
Zeppelin.
Mouth. Yeah.
You hear that shit, you know what it is.
Yeah. Like what's the Kevin Kersey was telling me about Black Sabbath's drums.
Yeah.
He goes, I can play just about, this is what Kevin said, I can play just about anything, but not the Sabbath drums.
Yep.
Just because it's so weird, like boom, boom, boom. But they don't, it's just like they just wait and
they don't make any sense.
Yeah.
And that's the rhythm in that guy's mind. You know what I mean? You're going like, why? Like the Wizard, it's like, boom, bum, 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 da 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 da.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
where did that come from? But that's his fill.
So do people fill in ever? Like can you fill in last minute, or do you just have to play the notes like how they say it? If it's like a last minute thing. I remember when Elastica was playing some tour, and Courtney Love was on the tour too. She was headlining.
Yeah.
And Annie from Elastica, I think that's her name, got sick or got pregnant or something. so she had to leave. And then Courtney Love's like, I'll play bass or guitar for you, whichever one it was.
Right.
And they use her for a couple gigs, and they're like, we can't keep doing this because she steals focus. But like,
yeah. Well, if you're playing a guitar or bass, you got to play the guitar. You know, you got to play the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if you play wrong chords and shit, the person's singing over it, and they'll be out of key and shit.
Oh, so there's less leeway in that.
That's it. Yeah, there's no leeway in that. There's leeways in the solos when they go into a guitar solo. Fuck yeah! But the root of the song is basically the verse is these chords, the pre-chorus is these chords, and the chorus are these chords. You wouldn't want to go off that because the guy's singing, and then he'd be like, it sounds like you hear it. It's wrong. You go, what the fuck's going on?
So wait, when they do solos, is it just they have a beginning point and ending point, and everything
That's
between
right.
is on them?
And you solo over, like, say, 16 bars of G to D to C. So the guy knows he can go anywhere on the fretboard in between G, D, and C, and it's not going to be wrong.
And then when he's ready, he's like, I'll call you in with a certain chord.
That's right. And then he lands on the last chord, which would say be C, and they start up the chorus.
Oh, I thought the drums did that, kept everybody in order.
Well, the drums is the time and the tempo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's keeping the time. The bass and the guitar are playing the chords that are the song. So they can play without the drums. The drums don't really play without the instruments. They do, but you wouldn't know what song he's doing. Unless it's a famous song, you know.
Super. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Couldn't really hear it.
Just show up and the guy's just playing drums. You're like, oh, he's playing Panama. You know what I mean?
You can't tell that, or can you? No, there's no way.
You know, unless it's a famous kind of drum beat.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's cool. How long did you play for?
I played for...
And you made your living in that? Let me see your
25 years.
25 years.
Yep.
Dean Delray, Lone Mountain Serenade, and Two-Lane Blacktop.
Two-Lane Blacktop was the name of my band. And then Dean Delray record is when I went solo.
Oh, okay. Why?
These are kind of roots rock, kind of... did a lot of shows with... played with Petty.
Really?
Yeah, I played
you
with...
opened for him?
Yeah, I played with Black Crowes. I played with... Wilco. I've done gigs with Lucinda Williams. You know, tons of big gigs. But my main thing was I toured about 10 months around the world with the Wallflowers. We talked about that. Yeah, I shot a documentary film. Yeah, on Jacob, and we went around the world.
Really?
Yeah, which was awesome.
And because you hooked up with them, you were able to do that?
Well, we were friends for about 15 years.
Okay.
And then I moved here, and I moved here with like barely any money, and I was here a year thinking something was going to happen, and I was making that record, that Lone Mountain record, and I swear I was down to about my last $100.
Really?
And he called me and said, hey, you want to go and do 3 dates, which was Montana, Missoula, Montana.
Yeah.
We played up there in the theater where David Lynch wrote Blue Velvet.
I love that movie.
Unbelievable. And he lived in this theater in the upstairs and wrote that. But we played Missoula, Montana.
Yes, that is an ear.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line from that
so
movie.
Great.
He gives a cop an ear, and the cop just goes, yes, that's an ear.
That thing's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, we did Missoula, Seattle, and Oregon, and then they asked me to keep going.
They're like, good enough, we like it, let's go.
Yeah, they're like, this is great, and 10 months later.
Wait, now what goes into being a good match like that? It's mostly how you are off stage, right?
That's it, yeah. It's how you, they don't, you know, as long as you're not a dickhead on stage, but as long as you can hang, and you're not fucking, you know, getting loaded and fucking shit up and smashing.
But you were getting loaded.
I wasn't getting loaded.
Back by then, you were good?
Yeah, I was good, yeah, because that was 2002.
Oh, that's wow.
Yeah, 2002. I quit drinking in 92.
In 92?
Yeah. Yep. But I still smoked weed.
And then when did that stop?
I stopped smoking weed about a year before I decided to do comedy. Because I was still...
It's a good idea because there's no successful pothead comedians.
No, not because of that. I couldn't remember the shit.
You know what I'm experiencing lately? My short-term memory is shot. People say that's a myth. It's like, I don't see how you can say that.
It's
I can't
not.
remember shit. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, but no fucking way.
Nope.
But my long-term memory has come back with a vengeance now.
Wow.
I can remember people's names from sitcoms. It's fucking 20 years ago.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because that's the shit you want to remember anyway.
They're better for references and more fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes people go... I mean, they go, you remember that, right? And it's like 10 years ago, and I go, no.
Easy. Yeah, like not at all.
Not at all.
You're like, I've never heard that. You're like, I can show you pictures of you reading this book.
Yeah. There's like
nah.
5 things I remember. Like, okay, I was on the road with the Wallflowers.
Yeah.
Then I moved over to Silver Lake, you know?
Yeah.
But the shit in between, no.
I remember that. Asked my mom about that once, but I think I was reading like a separate piece or something like that. Some book that you're supposed to read in like, 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I asked my mom, I was like, did you read this? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so then at the end of this, when he's asking this character this, like, what does he mean by that? And she goes, oh, I don't remember that. And I was like, what do you mean you don't remember?
Yeah.
Did you read it or not? I couldn't, my 6th grade brain couldn't figure out someone could forget a book.
That's right. I mean, this comic over there was talking to me about Bukowski, right?
Yeah.
I've read all the Bukowskis.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Really?
And
I went through this phase where I was so hooked on
Bukowski phase,
Bukowski.
too.
In the 90s, after Barfly, I was
calling it Bukowski for a while until I just saw an interview with him and he keeps saying Bukowski.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I got to change how I say it.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't remember. So the guy's talking to me about it, and he's like, yeah, what about this part when that? And I go, I don't remember him.
Yeah.
And he goes, you don't remember him? And I'm like, dude, I read them all, but that was in the 90s.
Yeah, that's why
I don't remember him.
That's why you got to go back and read it again.
That's right. Yeah, and that's why books are great. You just grab it again.
I just read Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, yeah.
First time since 4th grade. And I remember being funny because they talk about somebody farting or something like that. And it's like, this was hilarious. But then it was like, oh, it's so much deeper. It's great.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's also like, here's what I noticed this time. Like, everything he accused someone else of doing, like, he'll be like, how fucking so-and-so, he's that type of guy who just come in and not have a point. He'll just come in and walk around your room and just annoy you. You could look away from him, but he'll just annoy you. He won't ever leave. Take a hint. And within like 3 pages of whenever he like shits on somebody, he does nearly the same thing.
Yeah.
In another instance.
See, you love the book now, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
I hate all books they made me read in school.
Really?
But now I love them.
They never let me read Catcher in the Rye. I looked all through college of like, I want to take this in a course.
Yeah.
And then I could never find one.
I hated school, high school. Did you go to college?
Yeah, University of Maryland.
Yeah, I didn't go to. I played music.
I was on the dean's list.
Oh shit! I was playing music in high school.
So you said fuck it and took off?
I was done with it.
Yeah.
It was weird because I would be out. Like, not a rock star, but you're playing in a club that's like 800 people packed.
Wow.
And the next day you're at school like, fuck this.
Oh, yeah.
I
remember when Dominique Dawes, she was from Silver Spring, Maryland, and she won a gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And she was 15 or whatever. And there's a bunch of comics bits about it. I think Rogan had a good bit about it once or something. Same shit, but it's always like, it's tough to go to high school after that. I won an Olympic gold medal.
That's it.
You want me to worry about trigonometry?
Yeah, and it's
eat my asshole.
And especially when you're playing music, you're starting to see things happen, and you're going like
people are.
You're playing bigger and bigger gigs.
800 people.
Yeah, and then like your friends are like getting record deals, and all of a sudden,
really?
My buddy's driving a Corvette, and he's like 18, and you're going, "Fucking guy's got a Corvette." Yeah. And I'm talking about. My family had my mom. I lived with my mom. We had no fucking money.
Oh, really?
We were on welfare in the 70s.
So college wasn't even an option.
No fucking way. And also, I had bad ADD, which I didn't know at the time. But I couldn't stand being in the classroom. I was like, get me out.
I had the good kind of ADD.
That's why I didn't do crime either, because I knew I went to jail a couple times for some shit.
For what?
One of them was just a drunk driving, big deal, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're in there, you're going, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Really?
Yeah, man. I can't stand being in somewhere locked up. Yeah.
It's tough when you take away your freedom.
Oh, man. And you know what? They can do it and say you did something and you can't get out.
I remember the best was this guy. We saw at the Hyatt, it's not the Hyatt anymore. It's called the Andaz or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But there's that ramp up there to the parking lot behind it. And some car came down. It's Saturday night. Cars come down all the time. We didn't even notice. And like 6 seconds later, some guy starts running down like, he stole my car. Oh, that guy stole my car. I think that guy randomly stole a car and just happened that the guy was coming back right at the time he was hot wiring a car. So he's like, this guy sees this and he's like, fuck. And he's trying to get into Sunset. So he zooms off. There's a cop at the base of the Hyatt.
Yeah.
Having pulled somebody over. This guy goes, fuck that. Starts wheels into Sunset to leave. But this is when cruising was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes into Sunset and you're just not going
You're
anywhere.
trapped. You're done.
You're just not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So he fucking pulls off on the side, then goes up Queens Road.
Oh, yeah.
Cops follow him. 2 more cops go up there. And then an ambulance About 30 minutes later,
Comes
goes up.
down.
Yeah,
Oh,
goes
he
up.
just
And it's just like,
crashed.
it's like when he's running for his freedom.
Yeah.
You just won't stop. Those windy hills up there.
Yeah, you're done, man.
Yeah.
I lived at Queens Road.
Really?
I moved to L.A. in 2002, I think it was.
When you were 36, 37.
36. I
Okay.
live in San Francisco, and I was like, okay, I've always been in L.A., and I was like, I've got to go there and just do it.
Yeah.
So the first spot I moved is Silver Lake, and then, like I said, I was like, it's too far because I was playing the Viper Room and shit, and I was coming up here.
Yeah.
The second spot I moved was Queens Road. No one told me about the heavy cruising at night there, you know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it had gone for a while, and then it came back all of a sudden. So I could never get to my house
It's like
at
they
night.
go somewhere else, and then somebody gets shot in that place, so then they'll all cruise
Then
on
they
Pico,
move it.
and then they'll all cruise from there. Somebody
Right.
gets shot there, and they,
Now it's like Hollywood Boulevard or
oh,
whatever.
thank God. It was horrible.
It was
I hated
horrible.
You can get around now on Sunset.
It's awesome.
Back then, I used to work the cover booth at the store, and
Yeah.
I get calls all the time. It's like, dude, I'm 4 blocks away. I'm sorry, I'll get there soon. It's
Oh,
like,
as a
you're on
comic,
10 minutes.
yeah.
Like, cool, no problem. And then you call, 6 minutes later, and he's like, I'm 3.5 blocks away.
Yeah. And you know what? That fucked all the businesses too.
yeah.
You can, people go, and I'm not going out to Hollywood. That
Yeah.
traffic and shit.
Oh, it
and
fucked businesses hard.
It killed Hollywood.
They were trying to make this rule where if they took a picture of your license,
one time.
and then one time back,
Yep.
if you went in the same thing within like 2 hours, something like that,
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah, that's how they got rid of them, which was awesome.
Oh, really?
Well, they put that law, and then they just started writing everyone up, and they got the fuck out of
It's like
there.
the point is, you're not wanted here anymore.
Yeah,
you
just
damn
get
kids.
out of here. So I lived up there, and I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And then I went to Beechwood, and I've been there ever since,
Really?
which I like because it's
That's not
kind of
bad.
in the middle
right
of
near the
town.
Hollywood sign, right?
Yep.
So did you ever? Okay. Well, first of all, were there any bad matches when you're on the road? Like when you just like the leading band didn't like you or whatever?
No, but there's bad gigs, a lot of bad gigs, which
yeah.
is weird. Like you'll be on a tour and it's really great for the big cities.
Yeah.
But then you'll get to somewhere like, say, like Oklahoma, and you're just like, what are we doing here? And there's no one's heard your record.
Right.
And you're playing to like 8 people, and you got to play the hour.
And you're headlining at this point.
Yeah, and you got to play like the hour and a half to get the money. And now you're starting to feel like just a dick because you need that money to get to the next gig. And
Have you? Okay. What's the difference between playing a shit gig in front of 8 people or comedy or music? Which one's worse?
well, comedy shit gigs harder
It is
because
hard. It seems
it's
like it would be.
way fucking harder.
because you
with
depend
mu-
on them paying attention.
That's right. With music, you just turn your back and go, "Hey, let's start working on
Let's
new
practice.
material."
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? And you can really dick off.
Yeah,
with
it'd be
your
great
buddies.
if I was on stage, I could be like, I'm just going to write for a little while. You guys can watch me write.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's what bands do. They work. At sound check, they'll work up a new riff, and then mid show, they're like, "Fuck this
Let's
gig.
try it."
Let's just do." Yeah. And a lot of songs get wrote on
Who
the road.
cares? Because people are just drinking at the bar. They're not.
That's
it's just,
right.
They're just background noise.
And sometimes you've hijacked the club. Like you're not, they
do you
booked you in a club that doesn't usually have music,
Oh, yeah.
or they have music, and the people are like, we want to watch our football game. Or
Oh, yeah.
And then they just feel, and it's loud.
I feel like that sometimes where I'm like, listen, club owner, just pay me.
That's
and
right.
I won't go on.
No,
There's 3 people here. Just
I'm
pay
dying
me.
to do that.
Just it doesn't matter. You contracted me, so you got to pay me the minimum, whatever you said.
Yep.
You didn't promote very well, or whatever it was. But it's like,
Yeah.
I'm here, but we can do this. But we're going to annoy everybody for an hour.
Yeah,
Are you
it-
going to punish me? No one's here, man.
Yeah, just send the employees home.
Yeah.
Cut your losses.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. And then the
It's
sound
like, no,
guy's
we're paying
pissed.
for it. You got to play. It's like, why?
Yeah, it's-
I've wasted money before. I bought something that wasn't good. I don't try to fix it for 2 years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's a bad purchase. Throw it out.
And with comedy, it's a nightmare. You want to
God.
shoot yourself.
Yeah.
Because there you are, there they are, and you're going, and you can't just break into bits.
Yeah, it's
you
so
know what I mean?
hard.
Like, hey, I ain't going nuts to butts with you, or whatever. And they're just going like this, looking at you like, huh. So then you're just talking to them.
Yeah.
For 3 hours, or,
And it's
for
just
30
talking,
minutes.
Just talking. And it's
Just
like, I'm not even
talking.
going to try to be funny.
Yeah, like, what are you guys doing here?
Luckily, there's late nights at the store to get you ready for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the store is great for, because it gets you ready for everything.
It breaks down your presentational attitude on stage.
That's right, your show.
Yeah.
I
I remember one of the best compliments I got early on. I was playing DC Improv, and this guy used to go there all the time, some math professor from like AU or GW, and his daughter would come a lot too. And she was like, hey, I was just like opening or emceeing or doing guest spots, one of those, but it was like, she was like, I really felt like you were talking to us, to all of us, to me. Like, I felt like you were talking. Like, I don't ever see that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's from doing six people crowds over and over and over again.
Yeah, at night. And,
if you go like, so I was at the store today. It turns out, it's like, ugh. Like, stop
so
it.
bad. And myself, I even feel like a piece of shit if I try that.
Yeah.
You just go like, hey, you know what? You want to stop mid and go, hey, you know what? That didn't happen. Anyway, fuck all that.
It makes you real honest.
Oh, it does.
Or if you say the same thing, it's like, dude, I was at the store. It was like a year ago, whatever. But have you guys ever seen this? And just like really talk to them instead of like, have you guys ever noticed? I'm at the store.
Yeah.
It's just like, blech.
I couldn't imagine you doing that anyway because I watch you all the time and it would just be like, what?
Well, that's from years there. I
Yeah.
should do it.
Yeah. How long have you been there?
Since I started there pretty much. I did like one open mic in Northern Virginia.
And then you moved out here to
I waited
come
a
to the
year
store?
or two more. I graduated college.
Right.
But then as soon as I did, I was like, oh, I like that. And then, I moved out, got a job at the store soon, did the open mic. Like, I think I got 3. Back then it was a 50-50 chance. They didn't like decide who gets a spot.
Right.
Mike.
Oh, you draw?
You draw. And
Wow.
there's 20 names.
Wow.
First 40 people to sign up get to draw a number. If you get a number, that's what number you go up. If you get a blank, nothing.
Yeah.
So I got 3 out of 5 weeks.
Wow.
To do a number. And then I got a job and I didn't have to do it anymore.
You think it's better now than before?
The system?
Yeah.
The system now is they'll pick 15 names.
Right.
And it's usually like 10 people they think are good and coming up.
Yeah.
And like 5 new people they've never seen.
Yeah.
The problem was when I was working the phones and people would call and they say, well, I'm coming in from Toronto. I'm only going to be here for 4 days. And I'm like, oh, it's also back then you had to sign up this Sunday and you get up next
that's
Sunday.
right. Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, you can't do that. There's nothing for you.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to be here for a week and a half.
Yeah.
And I was like, that seems stupid.
Yeah.
I used to think it was like, if you were really sucky, you shouldn't be allowed to come anymore.
Right.
Or at least say like, hey, for 6 months, you shouldn't come around.
Right.
Get better, then you come back. But then I thought, just because what I want out of comedy is perhaps a career, that doesn't mean that's what everyone should have to want.
Yeah, I think a lot of people...
If you just enjoy it, that's artistic
right.
too.
I think a lot of people hold the store to some kind of thing, rules that they think it should be. And if people aren't inside their rules in their brain, it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, and...
Give an example of that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, say if a guy comes and he just sucks super bad, and then the people go, you should never come back.
Yeah.
And then they just don't come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a good thing, but I do know that it helped me. Like, I went on 3 months in. I came down, I signed up, I got on, Tony Hinchcliffe was hosting, and when I was done...
Really?
I was done. It was horrible. I was first. There was no one in there. I didn't know the comics had to sit in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And he said this. He said, well, there's a guy having a midlife crisis.
Oh, because you just started and you were old.
Yeah. And he goes, see, people, comedy is hard. And, you just can't. I don't know. He said something, and I walked down. I was like, oh, fuck. But it did one good thing to me, though. It sent me over the hill to the to the open
Valley
mics,
comic,
7 nights a week.
Yeah.
And I didn't come back for a year.
Really?
Yeah. And when I came back, I was ready.
Yeah, you're a million times stronger. Jordy Fox told me that once. He was like, what, are you just getting up here on Sunday? It's like, yeah, every Sunday. He goes, you got to go up other open mics.
That's right. And I did 7 nights a week. Wow. And every day I was at the at 6 o'clock.
Oh, that same open mic. That didn't.
You know why I went there?
When I was there. Why?
Because it was all kinds of like people that weren't on this side of the hill.
Yeah, we used to have this thing. We didn't have the where it was every night, where it was a club. But we had, a bar here, a coffee shop there, whatever it was. Sign-ups are at this time, go on at this time, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever it is.
Right.
They had Valley comics in the open mic scene, and they had
that's right,
Hollywood comics.
Yeah,
I don't even know, they weren't even called Hollywood comics. It's just Valley comics.
That's right.
Comics. And Valley comics, they were the dirty ones. They were the mainstream, and everyone in the alt scene at the Bruco, that was the alternative open mic of the week. They were like, "Oh, you're a Valley comic." I'm like, "I'm not a Valley comic. I've performed in the Valley like 4 times."
Yeah,
I'm like, just because I have a filthy mind sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, well,
I like to think of myself as a dirty alternative comic.
I think the thing about what people are missing is in the Valley is it's a hideout.
What do you mean?
And you can really become yourself without people looking at you, and you don't feel so self-conscious. So you'll try shit that you won't try
that's good.
anywhere else. And you can really develop something where somewhere else you do it, they go, in the back of the room, like, it sucks, and then you just abandon it.
Yeah, instead of just developing how you would.
That's right. And I just felt better over there,
People are dicks.
Yeah, you know what, they are dicks, but I understand it. There's
Also,
a lot.
everybody comes in like, you're doing something shitty.
Yeah.
And years later, I'm like, oh, yeah, I definitely was. Like,
Yeah.
relax. You don't have to give me an attitude about it.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of
shitty.
people forget I'm only in 2 years.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 2
I figured
fucking
you were way
years.
longer than that.
Years, that's it, you know?
You got made a regular at the store? How long ago did that happen?
I'm not a regular at the store.
What? I thought you get spots.
No, I do get spots, but they haven't made me a regular
What do you
yet.
mean?
I'm a regular at the Laugh Factory.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You get spots there.
I get spots.
How often?
They're called like development spots now, they call them.
Is it belly room? No, it's OR.
Well, they put me on in the OR on Sunday, Monday, but I don't get any
Oh.
spots on the other nights. But they put me all through the club throughout the week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing, because
Yep.
she tortured me for like years and years.
Yeah.
I was one of the long ones.
Yep.
People don't notice. You're like tortured. You're like, I'm not a regular.
Yeah.
It's killing me. And other people don't even notice. Like, oh, you're a comic here, right?
Yeah.
They see you around, and you're like, no, I'm not. I can't get regular spots. Like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Most comics, they know the comics on before them and the one right after them.
Yeah.
And if 20-person lineup, they're just not even paying attention to the rest.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I think also though, if I was a regular there,
Yeah.
everyone would hate me like big time.
Why?
Well, 2 years in, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They'd
Well,
be-
when you say everyone, you mean the employees.
Well, yeah. You know,
young
and
guys.
I don't want that because I'm working. I work. You know, like last year I did 530 spots. Right, I'm working.
530.
Yeah, I'm working to be a comic.
Yeah.
and I want to. If they do pass me, I want people to go, you know what, that fucking guy
That guy's
deserves
good.
it.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be like. There's some people that have been passed and they go, fuck that guy.
I'm telling you, only the young employees think that. Only the super
That's
young
right.
people. Once
Yeah.
you go to a certain point, Miles Giovanni has never said, "Oh, that guy."
Yeah,
He's just like, "Oh, cool, you got something
You're right.
that sounds good for you."
you're right.
You know, even if he won't even know if you deserve it or not.
Yeah,
They're just like, "Congratulations, man."
yeah.
Yeah, it really helped me a lot getting to the store. They don't care. It's only those young guys who they view it, getting past at the Comedy Store as the end all,
That's right. That's right. It's weird too because.
and then you stop caring.
Yeah, you know, I don't really care, but I don't. This is so hard already. I don't want people just to hate me for no reason.
Yeah, but that'll happen.
Yeah, that will
Certain
happen.
People will get mad at you for getting something they don't have.
That's right.
And there's
That's
nothing you can do, really. You
Yeah.
Get something back. Plus, I noticed this, too. It's like when Drew Carey got a sitcom,
Yep.
he wasn't the funniest comic in the world.
That's right.
But should he have stopped and said, oh, before you give me that sitcom, there's this funnier comic than me? Yeah. You should get it. Like, no, you take your fucking breaks.
Yeah,
Just take them.
yeah. I'm just. That's why I do the work.
Yeah.
Because then
Also, you wanna
people
get
go
better.
this. Yeah, and I want to get better. All I care about now is comedy. That's
And
all
you
I
want
do.
those people that you look up to probably saying, like, oh, you're really good.
Yeah, that's what you do want.
Yeah.
You fucking feel good, right?
Louis C.K. told me that once when I was in Montreal, and I did the Nasty Show, and then he did the very last. We had like one extra Nasty Show like way later.
Yeah.
So he had like Jimmy Carr and Louis C.K. And afterwards, I got off and he was like, "Hey, good set, man." And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
It's
that's like
maybe
wow.
a school girl. I really appreciate it. I try to act cool, but it was like things like that. And then Rogan taking me on the road with him was like, "Whoa, really? That's like a seal of approval from you."
Yeah,
Stamp of
absolutely.
approval.
Ian Edwards took me on the road.
Yeah.
And to me, I think he's one of the funniest guys on the planet.
hilarious.
His shit's super smart, and I was like, oh, fuck. What that did to me was I can't do any bullshit here. I've got to get better. You know?
Yeah, when I go on after Ian Edwards, sometimes I'm like, "Fuck, my material is lame. What am I gonna do
his
right
shit
now?"
is great, huh?
Yeah, it's like smart. It's smarter than mine.
Yeah.
And it's just like I feel shitty about myself. Before I go on, it always is fine. It's easy to follow because his cadence is so much
It's
different than
mellow
mine.
and yeah.
So it goes well with my style, but like I just feel bad about myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It's tough, man, because if anybody feels good about themselves, I don't think they're any good.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I mean, it's really weird because when I'm in there, I'm there every night, and I watch like you. Then I watch Ian. I watch, say, Sebastian, who I think's fucking crazy.
He's a great example.
Yeah.
When he got passed.
Yeah.
Bad. He was
Right.
a bad comic.
Well, I saw the early footage of him, and he was kind of like a Dice Man kind of Jersey dude.
He would start off every set like this. He would go, "The week I had today." That sounds like Dice even. The
Yeah.
week I had today. It was like a joke, but he was like angry. He didn't know how to smile every once in a while to
Right.
tell the crowd, like, relax, I'm not serious here. Now he can smile. He just learned how to do that. Smile every once in a while, and that makes everything easier.
That's right.
Anger seems fake, and it's okay. Tolerable. Not
Yeah,
fake.
because if you're angry the whole time,
Yeah, people just like, you're super angry.
they're out. Yeah.
Or you have to super justify that anger.
well, you got to be a killer,
Yeah.
like say a Jim Norton, where he can just like be gross and weird and angry or whatever, and that's his
all your
character.
T's crossed and I's dotted or whatever. Yeah, Sebastian was it was like the main room would go kill, 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 death, kill, 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 kill,
Yeah.
It would just be this whole, people are like, what the fuck is wrong with her? What's she doing?
Yeah.
But they develop people there. So it's like they got better, and now
That's
he's one
right.
of the best comics in the country.
Yeah, man.
know?
And it seemed to me it happened in like the last year.
Sebastian?
He really got super confident.
I saw him a year or two ago, and it was like some at the factory, and then it's on the store. It's like you don't get a chance to see everybody anymore.
That's right.
When you're employees, you see all your other fellow employees all the time. But like after a while, you don't see anybody, and then it's like you'll see them like it'll be like a year before you get to see them again. If you don't follow them,
Yeah, that's right.
Then it's like you go a long time. And then I saw him, and it was like, God damn it, Sebastian,
Yeah.
you're good as fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And also
It makes
another
you
weird
laugh,
thing in the
too.
biz is there's dudes that I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
And then I've been doing that dog comedy at Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
And
that's
I'll be
pretty cool.
like,
I've done that a couple
who's
times.
this Kyle Kinane?
yeah.
Or just whatever,
And
like,
you're like, he's a killer. That's
yeah,
really-
and
he's
you
a
go,
great,
wow, this
great
fucking
comic.
guy's funny, man. And there's
Yeah.
dudes out there I'm starting to learn about.
I started to think that for a while, like if I haven't heard of you, that means you must be terrible. And then you realize like there's a bunch of guys coming up. There's people from New York. If you've been doing comedy 4 years in New York, 5 years in New York,
Yeah.
you've probably done nothing I've seen.
Yep.
But you're probably pretty good if
Yeah.
you're one of the better people,
Yeah, man. And I see these guys and I'm like, wow, these guys are great,
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
mean,
cool.
some people just they're in East Hollywood and you never see them, and then you'll do a show with them and you'll be like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Like there was that one guy I did a show with him recently.
Who?
I forget his name. Pete Holmes.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah. So
You've never seen him before, huh?
never seen him.
He's a New York guy for a while.
So I meet him with I meet him
yeah, he's great. What?
with the Doc Comedy Show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? This guy is amazing.
Yeah, like,
and I couldn't believe it, actually. He was destroying for like 30 minutes. I was like, I never heard of this guy ever. Then I went home, YouTubed everything.
You're
That
like,
was
oh, there's a
success.
ton of great shit out here.
Yeah.
When I saw Mike O'Connell, he's barely around anymore at all.
Right.
But he came to LA from Chicago or from Wisconsin area, like the Midwest. He was one of those Midwest comics. Came out here. I saw him it was a bringer show. And the
Yeah.
bringer shows, they always book like 3 or 4 regular comics.
Yep.
So I was one of the regular comics. I've been doing it a few years.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Mike Favorman, Angry Mike Favorman.
Yeah.
And Mike O'Connell comes up, just a new guy in LA looking to make friends. I assumed he was a bringer comic.
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes, so you guys comics too? Like all friendly and Midwestern, hasn't been beaten
Yeah,
down in Hollywood yet.
yeah, you're ready
and
to hit him.
we're like, yeah. And Favorman's like doubles my rude,
Yeah.
So he's like, how long have you been doing comedy? And Favorman's like, he said something. I was like, a couple of years, but like ignoring him, like a couple of years and turn away. Favorman's like, 20 years. What's your problem? And just fucking walked. We just assumed he was some bringer. We don't want to talk to him.
Yep.
You've done comedy 3 times. You're preparing for the set for 9 months.
Yeah.
What are you going to ask me for advice? I don't know any.
Yeah.
Especially then.
And
Whatever.
that's the store.
Yeah. And then he goes on stage. This is at Comedy Union.
Oh, Comedy Union.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't what they didn't have bringer shows back then at the
Right,
store.
right.
So yeah, he goes on. He starts killing, and I'm like, "What's going on here?" And then he starts killing more, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then all of a sudden, I'm on the floor laughing, and I was
Yeah.
trying to hate him.
Yeah, yeah.
But at some point, I'm just on the floor laughing my ass off. I'm like, "Oh, clearly this guy's not a bringer comic."
Yeah.
He's hilarious,
And he's just
super worked
and
out.
he's digging it on stage because he knows you guys are
He
back
goes,
there. And he's
Look
like,
at those assholes that are laughing now. I always regret that about Mike O'Connell. He's so nice too.
comedy's weird like that. Like I wasn't really prepared for how mean it is.
God.
I played music for 20 years, 25 years or whatever. And music can be mean, but it's not mean face to face. You know what I mean?
Well, you
It's-
don't really have to deal with anybody else.
That's right. You're just out gigging.
You don't really bring anybody on.
Yeah, it's not like you're going on right after a dude and a dude and a dude and a dude, you know?
It's mostly with your bandmates, right?
Yeah, you just play and it's different. I mean, there's a little competition when you're younger, but
Yeah.
once you get like a record deal and stuff, you're on.
There's also no definable ways of telling if someone's better or worse. Like
That's right.
if I'm getting more laughs than you or less laughs than you or
Doesn't mean
less
you're
laughs than
better.
yesterday. Well, no, but it's easy to be like, well, that guy gets more laughs than that guy.
Right.
He's funnier, at least to this crowd, than that guy.
Right.
With music, there's no sign. What is it? How many panties you get? Like, how do you tell?
Yeah, it's just
None of that.
It's just weird.
You
You
just
know,
play and you hope people
and
like it.
music, you're just in your own bubble. You're
Yeah.
like in a submarine going around America, a tour bus, you know, and then you get off. People aren't on the press going, yeah, these fucking guys. And even with music, which is really weird to me, I don't get this. One band will play a song. Another band will write a song and it'll be almost exact, and they don't go, hey, you stole that song.
They don't.
You song-stealing motherfucker. You fucking get out of the business.
They do it once in a while, but not very much at all.
No, they just
give
quietly litigate. Yeah. They get money and they roll on. But the band continues on.
They're never called plagiarists. They're just like, fuck, now I got to give this, like the Verve, the Bittersweet Symphony.
That's right. That was the Stones. They turned it around, and they admitted it.
Almost all their fucking music. Oh, they admitted saying, yeah, we took that.
Yeah, they
riff.
said we just turned the riff around.
But meanwhile, it's just a riff.
That's it.
And now we got to give all these residuals to them.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so many chords on the fucking guitar. No one calls them
plagiarists.
That's right.
They just say, fuck, yeah, they got to give out that money.
Yeah. So
because I guess it was different enough. It was like you sold a little piece, but that's it.
But there's like Jet. I remember that band Jet.
Yeah.
That song they had was Lust for Life. It was like dun 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 dun. That was Lust for Life.
Yeah.
Exact. I can't believe no one said, what the fuck?
Yeah, sometimes before a song comes, the intro, before the heavy music starts or whatever, you go like, oh, there's this. And you're like, oh, totally different song. I thought it was that.
I can't believe it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought for sure when that song came out, I went, oh, these guys will be fried immediately. They'll be burned on the cross. No.
Nothing.
No. But if you do
comedy's different.
A joke
comedy's
and
different.
It's similar to another guy's, you're going to get some fucking... you know, that's why I only do stuff about me, because
it's easier that way.
It's easier that way. I mean, I don't have any Facebook
Nuts
jokes.
To butts. What was I going to say? Did you ever get into fights with your bandmates? Like,
no.
Who would you fight with?
I don't think you get in fights. You just get in bands are hard. You're dealing with 4 or 5 guys, and you always got guys that have different reasons of being in a band. You got the one guy who's just, I do it because I don't have anything. You got another guy who's like, I do it for the money. Where's our money?
Right.
And then you get another guy who's just like, you know, he's like, he's out of his mind, a drug addict.
Yeah.
And then you got another guy who's got the vision.
Yeah.
Now, the vision guy will be going and everything will be going great when the shit's going good. But when it's not going good, then the other 3, 4 guys are like, hey, man, why don't we try my songs? Or why don't we try these gigs? And they're
let you have power as long as stuff's going well.
Right. And then when you give the power to somebody else, they're just a lazy piece of shit. And they go, well, I don't really want to do this here.
This is what's happening in Egypt right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't want Mubarak in, but guess what? The new people are shitty too.
That's right. That's the same thing, man. It's just the fucking new leaders, different, same shit.
Anything we can learn from this, you don't trust an Arab. I think that's the main...
and that's the whole meaning of rock and roll.
Yeah, never trust an Arab.
But you do get into that, you know what I mean?
You do get into it once in a while.
You get into... I had this one guy in the band, and he would always question where the money was. It was so weird.
Like, who's getting paid?
Books with the money in it.
He thought people were stealing from him?
He just thought like I was making way more money or something, you know?
Yeah.
And it'd be like, hey, dude, here's the books. So after a while, I went, hey, you know what? You collect the money and do all the stuff. And he goes, yeah, I want to do that. And after like 3 weeks, he's like, you do it. Because he realized, whoa, this is a second job.
Accounting work, yeah.
And I wasn't getting more money, but in my eyes, I should have had like management money, booking money, because I booked all the gigs, you know. We had a booking agent, but I would also book the gigs.
That's what we did a tour, Monsters of Comedy. We just did a tour up the coast, me, Tripoli, Jason Rouse, and Chris Neff. And they would always come to me at the end of the day. It's like, Ari, you're the best with math. You're the Jewiest. Like, you tell us what we're good and what we're bad. Like, do the accounting.
Right. You need that guy.
But yeah, we also had like a booking fee. Like, if you booked a gig, you get 10% of it.
Yeah, that's how it should have been with me.
We got rid of that after a little while.
Well, when one guy's doing all the phone calls all day, and this is where it would get in.
We all put in work, so it was like, whatever. It's all about the same. Just
it starts getting petty, though, when there's not money. When there's tons of money, no one's really looking.
Yeah.
But when there's a little bit of money, the guy's like, well, why are we paying your phone bill? Well, I call these fucking places to get the gigs.
Right.
Well, shouldn't you do that anyway? It's like, yeah, well, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know? And then they always throw shit at you like, well, you got all the contacts.
How is it? Yeah, I have all the contacts. I should get more for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I had this sweet gig once. We used to send the sleepaway camp I went to.
Yeah.
I was not on welfare like you.
Yeah.
The Jewish sleepaway camp I went to every summer. At some point, they just stopped transporting the luggage.
Yeah.
They said there's too many kids going now. It's got more popular. We don't have room on the bus for luggage underneath or whatever. So find your own way. So my parents and a couple other parents, they rented a U-Haul. They got somebody who worked at a synagogue.
Yeah. Drove it up.
Paid him a few bucks, whatever it was. So load it up, drive it up there, and then in between the first and second month, he would drive up the second month stuff, drive back the first month stuff.
Right.
And then at the end of the second month, he would just drive back the both months people or whatever. And then at some point, it was just my parents did it. Then I started letting my little sister do it. And so she started making money. Instead of charging $5, she charged, $35, which is fine. It's better than UPS prices.
Absolutely.
She'd make a grip.
Yeah.
And then when she got married, she handed that job off to me, and I fucking did it for a while. And you can make like $4,000.
That's awesome.
Just doing that. And it would pay for me to go home. When I moved out here, I would go home 3 times in the summer just to do that job.
Yeah.
And somebody, I paid I guess somebody to help me, 1 with the driving and 2 with the lifting of the trunks and duffel bags and stuff. And I paid something like $200 for the day. Really good money, especially back then.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in college, all right, $200 is great. And at some point, they're like, wait, how much money are you making off this? I'm like, the whole gig is mine. I'm making a shitload more than you.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You want to not do it anymore? I can find somebody else. Or do you want the $200?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, people just get shit in their mind like, hey, I want in on this. And it's like, do you understand? This is mine.
Yeah.
It's like if I owned this Radio Shack here and you started working and then you go, hey, you know what? This place makes a lot of money. I want some of it.
I can import stuff and then just...
Yeah, go open one.
Yeah, go for it.
It's fucking weird.
Places for lease all over the city. So wait, how is normally music supposed to be split up? Assume it's big. Is it vocals? It's rhythm? What is it?
Songwriters get the money. That's how it works. It's split up in 3 ways.
3 ways.
Melody.
Yeah. Melody, which is what? The whole band makes melody?
Melody, that's right. No, melody is like the na na no na na no. Then you've got the music. Melody is like say like the lyrics. What the lyrics are the pattern of the lyrics. So
you can hear a song when they're doing the solo, and you can still hear the song and sing along with it.
That's right. You know, like if it went like "Been a long time since I rock and rolled." It doesn't go like "Been a long time since I've rock and roll." You know what I mean? There's this. It's called melody.
Melody. So that's usually guitarist.
That's usually the singer.
That's the singer too?
The lyrics guy. The guy that writes the lyrics.
Oh.
He writes the melody, and then there's music. That's the breakdown.
So it's lyrics, melody and music.
Right.
So if you're the lead singer, you get 2/3 of it.
If you were the guy that was writing it. Sometimes, like in Sabbath, the bass player wrote all the shit.
Or like Oasis.
That's right. The guitar player wrote the whole song.
And so then, like, let's say in the Beatles, when Ringo wants to write a song,
right?
He's like, so for this one song or 1/12 of the album, if there's 12 songs,
right?
I get the big money.
You get that money on that song, like Octopus's Garden.
And so, wait, for music, does the lead singer get a part of the music also?
Nope.
He gets none of the music.
Nope. That's why.
What if he plays guitar and sings?
Let me tell you something. You've got Roger Daltrey.
Yeah.
Didn't write anything in The Who.
Yeah.
He's the singer. That's it.
So he gets lyrics.
He doesn't get lyrics because he didn't write the lyrics. Pete Townsend said, here's what you sing, and this is how it goes. Get out there.
And so what did he make? Nothing.
He just make what they call mechanics, album sales. You split that up, however.
You split album sales?
You split album sales.
Wait, but that's the money from the songs.
Right, but they got a thing called the mechanic. Each time a record sells, it's called a mechanic. It's another way to make money. It's so fucked up.
So it's like $1 goes towards mechanics. $1 on the sale.
It's like 10 cents.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
So he gets a portion of that.
That's right. But then the guys get big money from touring, and they split that.
They split touring money.
They split touring.
Everyone makes the same money?
And merchandise. If they're fair. If it's a band that started like Kings of Leon, 4 guys in the band, their family, they'll split everything.
They're all the same famous.
Now, if it's Paul McCartney and he's out with Wings, he's not going to give the Wings guys. He's going to give them salaries.
Oh, really?
They make salaries, but they make big money.
Big salaries.
Big salaries.
What if it's like a Weezer where
that guy gets all the money?
I heard he did this, and they were all
but
like,
he probably split it all.
There was a 3-way split. He added in a 4th thing, just so he could get more percentage, and they were like, "What?" Not like it was like harmonies or something.
I don't know.
He added something like that in, and they were like, "What?" And it was like, you know what?
It could be producer credit.
We're making hand over fist. Let's just suck it up.
Yeah, I mean, he could get producer credit.
Really? Producers
like, Rick Rubin lives right up the street here.
I almost threw him out of the Comedy Store once.
Yeah, 1 block away here. He lives from you.
Really?
Yeah, right up this fucking street here.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you something about that guy. Producers make more money than the band.
Right.
If the record sells, because they get what they call points on the record. So the band, let's say, gets like 1 point on their record.
Yeah, out of 100?
Out of, I think it's 10 points is how they work it, a record. They'll get like 1 point when you're a new shit band.
Yeah.
The producer, say Rick Rubin does it. This Rick Rubin was before anybody ever did this when I get 5 points.
And they're like, why?
Producers before got 1, 2, or 3.
So he just said, fuck it.
Yeah, I goes, I take 5. No one ever did that.
And at first people are like, no way. And then they're like, well, let's just pay him. Let's just pay him.
And they go, hey, well, you want to sell 10 million records or you want to sell none?
I want to sell 80.
That's right.
Yeah.
And another thing with Rubin is he doesn't just, you can't just say, we'll give you 5, do our record. He'll go, I don't like your band. I'm not doing your record.
So he's got to even.
You can't just hire Rubin.
Right.
He's got to be into it,
Yeah, when you do quality enough stuff, there's this commercial director, Joe Pitka.
Yeah.
And he pissed somebody off at like some high level like movie place, so he can't ever do movies. He did Space Jam. Because
Shaq.
Because
was that Shaq?
It was Jordan.
Oh, Jordan.
Shaq might have been in it. He might have been one of the young guys in it. But like only because he did so many Jordan commercials. Jordan's like, I'll do it, but I want that guy working with me.
Right.
But he's so good. Like all his stuff, all the IBM stuff is his. All the Pepsi stuff for a long time was his.
Right.
The great commercials are all his. And he started using like regular people in commercials. He just like reinvented it, But he was like everybody else, like the client. Let's say you're doing a Suzuki commercial.
Yep.
Suzuki people get to be them. Like, ooh, we don't like this. You got to change that. Don't hire him because we don't like the look of this person.
Right.
With him, he's like, get the fuck off my set.
Yeah.
And he's the only one that people are like, okay. Because he's like, I will make you very successful. I will make this commercial work for you.
You dream it.
He rewrites it all the time.
That's like CK with his show. He goes, I'll do the show, but you can't say nothing.
You just get the fuck away.
Yep. And then
if it starts to go bad for a while, then you can start saying that and I'll have to do it. But until then, while I still have the power of people are going to hire me, then these are the rules. You want it?
And usually those people make great shit anyway.
Yeah. That's why they're like that, because they're making great shit.
It's like a Fincher. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He just goes, hey, I'm making my own movies. I don't care if you say no or what.
Yeah. So, okay, what was the tail like on the road?
It's good. You know what? Here's the thing.
Because you were like a roper. You weren't like a looper. You weren't like a. I don't know.
I wasn't a huge band.
You open for like humongous bands, or you do like small gigs yourself.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were like a working musician.
Right. I got a lot of girls. The thing about rock and roll is everyone gets girls. That's involved. The roadies, the band guys, the bus driver.
How?
The thing is, the girls are caught up in the, I don't know what it is really. They're just so excited to be around the atmosphere, especially an atmosphere on a tour bus. The music's turned up. You're parked behind the club. There's drugs going down.
It's like
it's a pirate
Vegas
ship.
weekend, the beach or something. Just like this isn't normal.
That's right. They think I'm on the bus. Okay, cool. Blah, and then they're like off. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
And it's really wild. And it's and what's really weird is you don't even ask for sex.
What do you mean?
You're just there.
So even if you have no game, it'll just happen?
Yeah, it just happens.
Like, explain that.
Like you say, they have a back lounge on the buses.
Yeah, I've been in one of those.
Yeah, so
I wasn't fucking any of the.
So usually you could just be like, "Oh, hey, you want to check out the back lounge?"
Sure.
And the girl's like, "Yeah," and you go back there, and they just know it's on.
That used to be the deal at the comedy stores. Like, you want to tour the place?
Yeah.
Once you walked in the back of the main room when it's dark in there, if they're not like, "Oh, it's dark here,"
yeah.
If they don't turn around, they're like, "You know why you're here."
Yeah.
I never got a single girl like that, though. I never could pull one.
I hear about it. You know what I mean?
That back where everybody smokes pot now, that back room, that used to be the fuck room.
Yeah. No one's fucking in there now. Isn't that
Too
weird?
public. Everyone goes there to smoke pot.
That's right.
And then goes further in to do their coke.
You know what's really weird is I don't get any chicks from comedy, which I thought I would.
I've gotten a very few.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like,
people ask me that a lot. Like, oh, you get laid all the time. It's like, you still got to work it.
It really is weird.
There's no like, I want to suck your dick.
Yeah, it's not like rock. And I thought it would be. Like, I'm doing these sold-out shows.
Yeah.
And you get off, and you're talking to the chick in front of the factory or the store.
Yeah.
And you go, so, hey, you want to cruise by, maybe get something to eat or whatever? And they go, you are really funny. Thank you. And they're like,
out on
ooh.
dates. They're there with people. Like, music, that's not really a date situation. I mean, it can be, but it's like, let's just go watch music.
And the chicks, if they're around, you know what I mean?
They're sluttier girls. They go to music all the time.
And they're into it. And
Yeah, that's the kind of who they are.
Yeah, right. They like it,
Rocker
man.
sluts.
It's like Almost Famous. I always tell people, it's the realest film I've ever seen about music.
About that?
Yeah. Not one time in the film did they go off and
You're
I
like,
went,
no way.
Yeah.
Really?
Never. And it was
I just watched Warrior, that MMA movie, that UFC movie, and there was a couple times I was like, come on. There's no way that guy would get this biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
He's a 50-50 fighter.
Right.
He's got, there's a million fighters ahead of him that would be like, what the fuck?
Yep. Well, I think because of what's his name, who did Almost Famous, it's
that guy. I know his name.
I'm drawing a blank. But he, he wrote for Rolling Stone.
Long-term memory.
You know what I mean?
Shot two
I
there.
told you. But
he
wrote for Rolling Stone, and he was there, and he knows what's real, and he did it real.
Sometimes they just take leaps, though. Even if it is real, it's somebody who was in that world, whatever the world is, pool, soccer, whatever. They still take little leaps. I'm like, man, we'll do this. Yeah,
I think with rock though, you don't need to do that because it's so radical already that you don't need to up.
The idea of a bus. I was hanging out with Jeff Ross in Montreal, and he randomly met the lead singer of. He did my storyteller show there. He closed it. I did 4 nights of fuck stories. Yeah,
which is awesome. The storyteller shows are just great.
Thank you. Yeah, they're great. Next one's either February 28th or March 27th, depending on when this comes out. But
I love that idea because there's no real pressure to be funny.
Pressure. That's why I try to charge as little as possible. Just $5, just something nominal, so that you don't take it for granted. But like no pressure on anybody.
That's right. Because I got great rock stories, Okay. And they're great to tell, but they're better to tell in a big audience because people always want you to tell it over and over and over, and it sucks. Yeah. After a while.
And in the environment where they're like looking for stories,
that's right.
It goes better.
So cool.
When you take that stuff and try to bring it to the comedy stage, it needs some tweaking. You can do it, but it needs some tweaking.
Yeah, like because that's why I like watching you a lot. Like the story about climbing the bridge. I really respect that because it's a funny ass story and it's a story, but you're getting laughs the whole way. And I watch it every time because I've got stories and I don't know how to do them yet. And once I think I can figure it out,
a lot of it's metaphor, thrown in a metaphor.
Yeah.
Let's say you went over to somebody's house and there was a bunch of bags piled up. That's the fact.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of bags piled up like it was a little fucking, Taj Mahal out of paper.
Right.
Those are the things that get the laugh. But it says the same thing.
Yeah, you're tweaking to get the laughs.
Yeah, how am I going to describe this part of the situation?
Yeah. Yeah, like when you say it's a valve, and then you do that to me is the funniest part of the joke. You go, I don't know why when I move the leg up here, it's a valve that opens my ass, but it is, and that kills me on it,
And there's parts, too, where you got to figure out, like for that one, too, I was like, do I surprise them with it, or I just figured out it works better if I just write off, I'm like, I shit my pants.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it.
And then we go through the whole thing, and then they sort of forgotten.
That's right.
It's kind of like, you ever see, what's a De Niro movie where he blows up in the beginning? Casino.
Oh, yeah, Casino. And then they tell you the story. That's right.
And clearly, it's him talking. It's him doing the play-by-play, whatever whatever that's called.
Yeah, the commentary.
Yeah, so he didn't die.
Right.
He's telling you the story.
Yep.
So, but he's going to blow up at something. All through, you're like, I know it's going to lead to him blowing up in a car.
Yep.
It's going to.
Exactly, and that's what's great. Because then
it's okay. Yeah.
You go,
I don't know why
I
that
shit
worked
my
better.
pants, and then you go, oh, okay, cool. So what? And then you tell me how.
Yeah.
And then I'm in.
I tried a bunch of times not telling you at the beginning and just never, different ones. You got to try them.
Stories, what I find too are hard is you have 9 or 10 friends that it affected them big time. Like whenever my friends come, they go, man, you're great, but how come you don't do those stories?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, those affect you because they were in your life.
A lot of it too, it's like, and then Karen came in. You know how Karen is.
Yeah.
And people in the crowd are like, no, I don't know who Karen is.
Exactly.
I don't know how she is.
Exactly.
And people your friends are like, oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah.
They just know.
Right, exactly. But mine are a lot of them with famous people.
Yeah.
So then they're like, tell that Prince story. You know, and then I tell it, or I got
Tell the Prince story. What's the Prince story?
Well, it's long, though. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, really?
And I haven't told it in a while, so I would have to remember it.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes I'll tell it, and then people go, "Oh, yeah." And it wasn't that funny. That's because I don't remember it like you do, you know.
Yeah.
But tour bus is back to it. Yeah. They're awesome. They're amazing, like submarines.
You just go to the back, you smoke some drugs or whatever.
Yep.
Now, when you're on tour,
yeah,
this is what I realized later. I figured they just have drugs, all those people, but then it's like they're not around their regular drug dealer.
That's
or
right.
their pot dispensary or
That's
whatever it
right.
is. So then it's like they have to come up with it on this road.
Yeah.
Nobody takes 4 months worth of drugs with them.
Yeah, they don't. They don't.
So then it's like they rely on people to be like, hey,
Yep.
here's a bag of weed.
It's usually the door people at clubs.
They'll hook you up.
Yeah, they'll come back. You'll be like, oh, we're looking for some. Yeah, I got the guy. He'll make the call, and the guy will be there.
The guy will be, yeah.
Guy will be there.
Because they know at this point.
That's how the guy
When
gets
I
a
play
kickback.
big venues sometimes in Canada or whatever, it's like giant, like it's like theaters, and they're used to like rock. You can just ask them.
That's right.
They do every night. Somebody comes in, and every other night, let's say, somebody wants drugs.
Yep.
So they know. It's like, how you doing? You need anything while you're here? That just means
That's right.
we're asking you.
There's a great scene in Cocksucker Blues. You ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
Cocksucker Blues is the Rolling Stones movie. They hire this amazing French director to do a documentary on the Exile on Main Street tour.
Nice.
They go out. He shoots the whole movie. When he's done, he hands it to them. They go, this is amazing. It'll never come out. Because he basically documents Keith Richards'
What's it called?
Cocksucker Blues.
Let me see if I can steal this right now.
It's probably one of the best rock movies ever made.
One of the best rock movies ever made.
Yep, and it didn't come out because it's so gangster.
And how'd you see it?
Well, it's a famous film, so you could get bootleg copies that were always kind of shitty because the guy would leak it, the guy that made it, you know?
Yeah.
But you always heard about it for years, like, oh, I heard the band fucks these girls on their jet. And they do.
Yeah.
The crew's like high-fiving fucking girls on a jet. But there's a scene where Keith is dope sick and they're in New Orleans.
Dope sick?
Yeah, he's heroin and he...
I always thought dope was pot. It's not. It's
no,
heroin.
it's heroin, yeah.
I did not
and
know
he's
that.
totally sick, and they don't know where to get any dope. And this guy shows up and goes, I got a guy, Rooster's going to come.
Yeah.
And it's this white Cajun guy who's, like, speaking the most insane, like, you got to see it.
Cocksucker Blues, what's it called?
Cocksucker Blues.
Yeah.
And so he shows up, and they're filming. He gets in the hotel, and he's like, here, man, I got this shit right here.
What?
And he's a white guy, but he's like Creole.
Those Creole guys.
Right.
I love that
and
accent.
he's swamp, and he's dirty. And they go, well, we got the money coming. He's all, you don't motherfucker, you don't fuck with me, I don't give a fuck, you rolling stone rolling motherfucker. I'll kill you right now.
Wow.
And he's like,
he doesn't give a
fucking,
fuck.
yeah, and
He's
he,
like,
and
you're
he
not
goes
taking my-
crazy. And you go, whoa, this guy. And he goes, you don't fuck get no shit. And Keith's over in the corner all sick, like, so I'll kill you. And then I guess they mellow out and they give him the money, and then Keith gets better. But this guy
that's
goes.
not a good
So that's an old school 70s. Find some street dealer comes into your hotel at the Four Seasons.
I got it.
Yeah, dude, it's a must
I'm downloading
see.
it right now.
Must see.
Really?
Yeah, because it's really, really bizarre.
Really?
Yep. And it covers the best era of the Stones ever.
It covers what's
The best tour. It's basically the
Liz
70s.
Phair, her first album was a it's called Exile on Guyville, and she said, I never listened to Exile on Main Street.
Awesome.
She said it was a direct response to that.
Wow. Exiles, to me, is one of the best records ever made because it has a lot to do with, like, just rock and roll at the peak,
Yeah.
but really fucking dark.
Really?
And a lot of it was made all over, but a lot of it was mixed here in L.A., and they lived right up the street here in the hills, and they were fucking loaded. And it's the creativity of it. They made it in France, really, in this basement. They're
Actually
on
have good films.
They're on tax
Apparently.
exile. That's why they call it Exile on Main
What do you
Street.
mean, tax
'Cause
exile?
They made so much money in London, and they were taking all their money, so they became no citizens and went into exile. So
What do
you
you
don't
mean?
have
Wait,
to
they
pay
made money in
taxes.
London. What do you mean?
Well, London back then, remember they'd take like half your money?
No, I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, they'd take half your money.
And they said, fuck it, we're
So they
taking-
were making, millions of dollars, and they go, no, we're going into tax exile, and we're going to
So
go.
that means they're not citizens of any country?
That's right. And so
why can't they just be citizens of America?
This is before then. It wasn't, you couldn't just be citizens of America instantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they went into tax exile and went to the south of France.
Yeah.
Made this record in this fucking beautiful old South French mansion, and then mixed it here in LA, but it's got this crazy just drug vibe.
Wow.
And it's incredible, man. I mean, to me, it's a piece of rock and roll that'll never be beat. You know?
Wow, I got to see that.
And I don't even know how they made that record because they're a good band, but they're not that good.
Really?
I mean,
Rolling
they're
Stones?
great. I love them, but that thing is a masterpiece.
Sometimes if you just question of like buckling down at the right exact time.
Yep.
And having the right. I remember hearing this thing on NPR about Pink Floyd, and they were talking to one of them about The Wall.
Yep.
And if he knew that he had something special there, like if he knew how big it was going to be, he goes, "Oh yeah, no, I wrote it. I knew it was great when I wrote it."
Yeah.
It was just
Roger
like,
Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, no, he was just like aghast by the idea. That, what do you mean? Of course, I knew what I was writing. It was amazing.
That's weird to me.
Like, wow.
A lot of musicians are insecure. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're making a record, you're in there and you record it and you hear it over and over.
So
and over
you're like,
for
is
a
this
month.
good?
Yeah, and that's what you get into. You
Yeah.
go, is this any good?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to step away for about a week or so, and they come in and you go, this is good. We're on the right mark.
Scripts do
Let's
that
go.
sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know.
I'll sometimes hear an old bit of mine on audio or something, and I'll start laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it was funny. I forgot how it goes.
Yeah.
And then it makes me laugh. Like, it's my taste in comedy, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta step away from it, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta step away.
What was I going to say? Okay, so I have more questions. Okay, hold on. Sorry. So the back of the bus, you just take a girl, you're
Yeah.
back of the bus, and you're just like, let's just do this?
Well, you kind of go back for a minute. You're kind of talking for a minute, and if she doesn't kind of like make a move or
Or she'll
whatever,
sit like close to you?
yeah, and like maybe you kiss her or something, and she's down, or if you go to kiss and she's not, you go, so this is the back of the bus, huh? Cool, and then you just walk back
just
out.
leave.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just know instantly in 1 second. It's like you said with the dark. This is dark and creepy back here.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Paul
you just
used to have a move. I don't know if he still does it or not.
yeah. What is it?
When he's in the green room and a girl will go back to the green room to say hi after the show. Sometimes people come back and say hi. And he would pretty much instruct people, like, if somebody hot comes, like, tell him where I am.
Yeah.
He just pull his dick out.
Wow.
Just pull it out.
Wow.
And his theory was this. Because one, if a girl's there to do it, let's just get to it.
Yeah.
She'll know. It's like, all right, let's start sucking it, whatever.
Wow.
And if a girl is definitely not going to do it,
Yep.
this will scare her away. And I won't waste 4 hours trying to, like, wear her down. She'll be like, oh, are you kidding me? And she'll just take off.
Yeah.
He's like, once in a while, he thinks he might have scared away somebody that would have done something, but it was just too overt.
Yeah.
But he goes, if you're making a move to go back privately to the green room,
Yep.
that's what you're looking for. So let's just give it to you.
Yeah, and you know the thing is,
I could
you
never
can
do that.
really tell in like 1 minute.
Yeah.
And there's other band guys ready to use the back lounge, so you don't want to be back there with
just
conversation
talking.
and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. So you just go back. It's the arm around it. You go, this is pretty cool, huh? They go, yeah. And then you kiss them, and either they go like, oh, huh, or they go, whoa, it's on. You know what I mean?
Do you ever get someone who's so overt they just go like, after let's say you're standing outside the bus smoking
Yeah.
pot or something. Do you ever just have someone come up to you and just like right up to you, just rub your dick, like, so what are you doing right now?
I've had
You'd be like, "Oh, let's go."
I've had chicks just say like, you going to take me on the bus?
Really?
Yeah, just straight
Wow.
up. Like
That's so
when-
much easier.
Yeah, when you're outside. Yeah. Now comedy. I'm kidding you. Comedy. I'm not kidding, man. It is impossible. I can't believe it. Actually, like I thought for sure. Like, okay, I'm gonna. The funny guys get laid.
Wow.
But you know what the problem is?
What?
The women on Funny Guys, they want to marry those guys.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like he's funny, and I really like him. He's down to earth.
Well, take
So
him
they don't
home.
put out.
Maybe.
I
or
mean-
like less so.
Yeah,
at least,
right.
than
Less slutty.
I remember this girl in Dallas once where it was like she was out, her brothers were there or something like that. And I normally have a rule, like, if you're with people, I'm not going. If you're with guys, I'm
Oh
not going
no!
for it.
See you later.
Because either that guy's your boyfriend, you're just not telling me.
Oh, I got a good story for you.
Okay.
I was at the Hard Rock playing the Hard Rock.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was sold out. I got off
Gotten worse
stage.
by it, though, right now.
Just
Oh,
right.
no, maybe the Palm. No, I think the Hard Rock. I forget which one.
I
Go
get
ahead.
off stage, and I'm usually I always did the same thing when I got off. I would sign the CDs because you could sell them really quick.
Yeah.
Because they'd go, "Hey, will you sign it?" You go, "Yep," and you just start selling CDs.
So you
man.
sign them ahead of time?
I just sign them right there in front of them
Yeah.
and just start rolling up the money. A chick comes up to me and she's like, "You were great. Oh man." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool." So I go, "Hey, you want to go backstage?" She goes, "Yeah." So we
Okay.
go backstage. I have my own dressing room. It's huge.
Yeah.
And we go for it, right?
Yeah.
And this chick is
Hey, you want to go backstage? It's pretty much saying, hey, you want to
yeah,
go around?
exactly. She's by herself. She
sex.
goes, "My friends are over there," but yeah, cool. So we go back there, And we have.
And then, hold on, let's not skip any steps.
Yeah.
What do you mean we just go for it? Like,
we're back there and we're talking for like 1 minute and we start making out.
so immediately it was just like, okay.
Yeah, and then it's on and I'm like, whoa, this girl's like, and she's crazy horny. Like just, whoa. And I'm like, holy shit. Like a chick that hadn't been laid in years. And I go, oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah.
So I'm staying in that hotel and I go, hey, here's my room number. Just come up after the show. I'll be up there. She goes, oh yeah, I can't wait. So also I give her my phone number because I go, if I'm not in my room, just text me.
Yeah.
About 3 days later goes by. I never hear from her again.
Wait. I'm sorry. Back up.
Yeah. So I give her my phone number.
Fucked in the back.
We fuck in the backstage.
Oh, that's another crazy thing. It's like, which type of girl is just going to fuck in like a weird semi-public place like that?
It's weird.
On your first try.
That's right.
You just meet them.
Yeah.
That's always my thing is like, I think there was one waitress once ever at the store that I think we were talking late at night in the parking lot and it was like everyone was gone.
Yeah.
It's like 3 a.m. She was sitting in the trunk of my car, and I was standing next to her, like in between her legs, not were open, but like right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I think she wants me to do something here. But the fucking hotel, all its windows looking out. It's just, there's no way.
Yeah.
Because if I'm wrong, she'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
You're just going to fuck me right here on the parking lot?
Yeah.
I'm so afraid of it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That was bad.
Yeah.
That I just don't go for it.
Well, I always let them kind of go for it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll talk to them and then I'll say something like, you want to make out? Like in a joking way. Like, hey, you want to make out? And if they go, yeah, then it's cool. Or they go, you silly guy. And they go, cool. Anyway, so this backstage, hey, let's go watch the show. So anyway, she basically is like nympho, goes crazy on me, right?
And so then you tell your
I go, here's my room number. If I'm not in there, just text me.
Okay.
She goes, okay, yeah, for sure. Oh, great, you know. And she's really hot.
Because you wanted to have sex again before you left.
I did, big time. Not just in the dressing room. Because in the dressing room, you're always kind of like, what was that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I would think that.
Yeah. So like 3 days goes by, and we're on the highway. And I remember it like so well. We were watching those Tenacious D videos.
Yeah. You look a little like that guy.
I never seen him before, and I was watching. We were just in the back, me and my buddy, and I get a call. And I go, hey, what's this? Hello? And I swear, this guy's all, who the fuck is this? And I'm all, who's this? He goes, I found your fucking number, Holmes, in my girl's phone. And I go, I don't know who you are, but I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, yeah, I'll fucking kill you, Holmes.
Wait, how does he get just when I found your number, he's fucked my girl?
No, he didn't say that. He said, who the fuck is this? I found your number in my girl's phone. And I go, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. You got the wrong number. He's all, I don't fucking have the wrong number, Holmes. I fucking know. Who are you?
It's like, you don't know who I am, and there's no way you can find me.
So I hang up on him. I'm like, fuck, crazy cholo. But I mean, it was a full-blown cholo, right?
Except she knew your room number.
Yeah, right. But 5 minutes later, he calls again.
Yeah.
So this time I go, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, dude, if my number is in your lady's phone, I don't sleep with married chicks or chicks with boyfriends or fuck around with them. So if it's in there, she lied to me and said she didn't have a boyfriend. So you go deal with your lady. Yeah. And I hung up and I never heard again. But it was crazy though. You know what I mean? Like just to hear that, like, whoa. And so to me, it was the girl that went to Vegas. You know, with her 3 friends, they fucked a bunch of dudes or whatever they did, and then she went home and forgot to delete her phone thing, and then he's jealous weirdo went through and went, you meet any dudes in Vegas? And went through and saw my number and went, what's
Text
this? And called. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's weird too. Sometimes girls will mention, whenever a girl mentions she has a boyfriend, I'm like, oh, that's it. I pull my brain away, and then when I think about it later, I'm like, every girl I've ever known has cheated.
Yeah.
Like at some point. So
all girls cheat. Yeah. It's weird.
So then it's like, why would I think they wouldn't? Why would I think just because they have a boyfriend? That doesn't matter.
Yeah. What I don't like drama.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not into fucking girls with dudes and the dude.
That's why if the dude is there, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Yeah. Even if that guy's your friend.
I don't care.
It's going to be too tough to separate you. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, it's too much work. And the dude, and you know what? There's tons of girls there lined up. I don't need to deal with a girl with a husband or a boyfriend. I got 6 over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Yeah, it's too much work.
And then you'll get a girl. If you sleep with a chick that's got a dude, next thing you know, they're emailing you going, I'm leaving my man. I really like you. You showed me life or something. You're like, whoa.
It's not like that.
So I'm not in on that, man. If they got a dude, I'm out.
Yeah, this girl in Dallas, though, she was like, come drink with us. And if she was hot enough, I was like, all right. And then I went back to the hotel room, but she was like, where are you? Come on, I'll get you. I'm like, fuck, all right, fine. I was like, against my better judgment, I'll go. Then I went to drink one drink with her and her brothers or her friends. And then that was just one drink. And then she's like, let's go back. You want to smoke pot back at my place? I'm like, fuck yeah. Because pot and the place, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, I got to leave tomorrow at 7 a.m., so you got to drive me back here. She's like, okay. And then we're smoking pot, and the brothers, they're all there, too, and they leave. And I hear them talking right outside the door. Like, we're on the couch, like, here, and they go right at the door, like, right there.
Yeah.
And they're talking right outside the door.
Yeah.
And they're like, so you're going to fuck this guy? And she goes, yeah, I don't know, I think so. Whatever. And I was like, oh, cool, we're going to fuck. And it became so much easier for me after that, because now I don't have to worry. Like, I'm not making a move, because I'm not sure if she's going to or not.
Yep.
It's just when she's like, yeah, I am, it's like, awesome. Great. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, I just find now, I'm too lazy. I just don't care anymore.
Too lazy, yeah.
I am. Because I do the sets. I'm working every night, 4 or 5 nights a week, or 7 nights a week, 4 or 5 shows a night. Yeah. And if a girl's like, well, when are we going to go to dinner and stuff? I'm like, it's not going to happen. I'm just too busy.
Yeah, you're like,
I work.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? It's like, come by.
My feeling is the girl has to put some work in it for me.
Yeah, me too.
You got to really kind of put it out there for me.
Exactly. Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah, if you're looking for a boyfriend, that's cool, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I can't do that. Ahead of time. I can't do that.
Oh, that's hilarious. So, okay. When you wrote your songs, this is just about fucking touring, pretty much.
Yeah, that's great, though.
Yeah. When you wrote your songs, did a song ever come to you? And like, this is how they do it in the movies, where you wake up and go, or you hear a jackhammer and you go, da da da, and a car horn goes, meh, meh, and you're like, yeah, da da da, meet me, da da da, meet me. I don't want to leave you. I don't want.
Oh yeah, you get mad.
Do you get shit like that?
Well, here's the deal. It's like comedy.
That's what they do in the movies.
Once your brain is always thinking comedy, everything's comedy. Now, when you're with music, you know what I mean? Like you're at the store, Pink Dot, and you go, look at this guy's mustache.
Shigeki, that told me this. Yeah, you see, when you do comedy, you see the world through idiot-colored glasses.
That's it.
You're like, what can I see is wrong with everything around me? This guy, Shigeki, I was taking jiu-jitsu. He's this small, like, 150-pound Japanese guy, and he would crush me. He would tap me like 80 times in 3 minutes, just over and over again. And he goes, you got to start thinking about these moves, like, all the time. When you're in the car, you got to be thinking about this. When you're watching TV, you got to be thinking about these moves. And I was like, bro, I've already got something for that. Yeah. I got my comedy for that.
Yep.
That already takes place of all my mind. My mind wanders to bits.
That's all my mind is now.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, I don't have anything else. It's just comedy.
It's amazing when those people do comedy and acting and music or something like that. Like,
yeah, like right now, I don't even really do movies much because
Donald Glover does that. Full rap band or whatever.
Yeah.
Hipster rap and then full comedian. And it's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could do it later once you're really rolling. But me, I couldn't do that. I just.
Well, it's just tough to get your mind into all those things.
Yeah, and I'm just into like so focused on one thing.
It wouldn't seem to matter to me if you were like super rich, because you still have to like to do them well. You really got to give it all your time. Yeah, mind time.
Like I don't even like to go to concerts anymore. Like,
why, really?
I recently went to. I went and saw My Morning Jacket. Right?
How were they?
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah,
I love that fucking band.
It's a good band.
I've seen them many times. But so I go to Santa Barbara Bowl, and I go out there, and I'm watching the show, and I'm like 2 songs in, and I start to fucking just look at people, and now I'm on my phone writing like bits and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
really?
I'm writing about Tivas.
Yeah,
I'm writing about.
You're up there, yeah. But you need stuff like that. You need new inspirations.
You do. That's right. It's great to go out to that because you get stuff.
Weird things. Otherwise, you're just at the store, just a comedy club every night, and you're like it's the same things. You don't think about
you're right. You got to get the fuck out.
People start writing bits about comedy.
Yeah, that's just horrible.
It becomes their life, and like nobody wants to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Hear about your job.
Yeah, you got to get in it. You got to get out. But man, it was really my mind was. I didn't really watch much of the show because I was like, look at this fucking drunk dick.
Yeah, just keep a fucking notebook in your pocket for that shit. It's embarrassing when you pull it out in front of people and you have to like hide yourself.
Yeah, I'm like writing down shit, like journaling.
I love music stuff, man. I did a bunch of like festivals the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Like me and Jeff went to that Osheaga festival in Montreal. And went backstage to Death Cab and to Flaming Lips, and it's just like it's so fucking fun.
It is.
I did the Ottawa Blues Fest with Big J Okerson this year.
Yep.
And you just go watch all the bands, and then he explained this to me because he went on tour with like Korn. I think he did like the Warped Tour.
Right.
And so he did comedy on it.
Yeah.
So he hung out with all those guys, and we're like, oh, where can we stand? He goes, we can go backstage. I'm like, no, we can't. We don't know anybody. He goes, Ari, we're in this festival. We're the artists.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The artists are allowed back there. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, but we're comics. He goes,
Doesn't matter.
They don't know that. They don't know what
I don't know who
frauds
the
we
fuck
know we
you
are.
Yeah.
They're just like artists. I'm like, okay, good enough.
And also, when
And we
you-
are, I guess.
When you're in music like 25 years like me,
Yeah.
I was explaining this to someone a couple nights ago. I went and saw Cake. I'm backstage. You know what I
Cake
mean?
is cool.
They go, hey, how'd you get backstage? When you're in music 25 years, the guitar player Cake was in my band, okay? The sound guy did sound for my band. It's
Wow.
the same people are all in the
Because
biz.
they work at a venue for 25 years.
That's right. So you just go like, hey, what's going on? It's the same guys.
It's like, oh, how you been? I've been pretty
So when
good.
you put that much time in, you
And
know
they just walk you
everyone.
back there.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
oh, here's
right
the
in.
place to
They go,
stand.
oh, that guy's cool. And then once you get to that level, you can
Yeah.
never watch a show any other way.
God, it's amazing there.
Yeah, you don't want to be around people, you know.
It's fun to be in a mosh pit, though, sometimes.
Oh, that's
I
fun
like
if
that
you want to
shit.
get fucking radical.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you're just at a show.
We went to see the Black Keys for me and Jay, and
Yeah.
we realized you couldn't be on stage because the wind was kicking up so much. There was that stage that fell
Oh,
a week
yeah.
later on Cheap Trick.
Oh, yeah.
But we were there the week before, super high winds, and stuff was like flying off. Anyway, they said nobody on stage because they had to delay them for like an hour.
Yep.
And so we were walking in between the pit and the stage.
I love that spot.
And we're like, this is awesome.
That's better.
First of all, you see the whole band. They're right in
Yep,
front of you.
right in front of you.
And you can turn around and watch all the fucking people.
Yeah,
You're not seeing the stage. You're not seeing the band from the side. You're seeing them right from in
Yeah,
front.
you straight on. You can take killer photos.
Yeah.
And there's no one bugging. You can walk out, take a piss, come right back to
Come
your
right
spot.
back. Nobody cares.
So
'cause
great.
It's your spot.
I do that at Coachella.
And here's the fun stuff. They had this thing where everybody would be crowd surfing. And they
yeah.
get to the front, they would fall if it was that
Yeah.
thing. So there's all these bouncers there catching people, sending them back into the crowd. Just opening up a little gate, sending them
Yeah.
back into the crowd. And there was like Plinko. They would come. Sometimes they start going left because you don't know where the crowd's going to take them.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes they start going further out. You're like, okay, we're safe. They see that here comes one on the right, and three guys would have to go over there. They would always get knees or kicked in the face.
and that
People
becomes a show.
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We see them all, they're all super happy when they got it, when they got let down, like, woo! And they see these gigantic bouncers, and they all have the same look, like, oh, fuck. Am I about to get shit kicked out of me? And the guy's like, come this way. And he's like, oh, great, I'm not. And they're all like, woo!
Who's your favorite band?
Band?
Yeah.
I don't like words like favorite because that
Yeah, I know.
implies that this is always going to be my
Yeah, that's
favorite.
true.
It's like you go through periods of, I've eaten salads for a while, or I'll
That's
have steak
right.
every day. It's like, it's not your favorite thing. It's just
Yeah,
that's what I'm like
I
right
get
now.
into phases of all different stuff. Like I'll go like
Sometimes I'll take Fountain
yeah,
for a little, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm done with Fountain. I'll take Sunset.
that's true, man.
It's like,
that's
so
true.
to say favorite, I just don't like words like that.
But I mean, what are you listening to right now?
Black Keys a lot.
Yeah.
The new album's great. I like, what else am I listening to? I love the Eels. Nirvana I still love.
Yeah,
But I don't listen to Nirvana at home. I sort of wait till it comes on the radio or play the whole Nevermind or
yeah.
the
Then
whole
it feels
album.
good when you hear it.
When I listen to Nevermind, I can cry sometimes just because
Yeah.
it's so fucking good. A part of me is like, this is awesome and beautiful. Another part of me is like, I'll never do anything this perfect.
Yeah, that
And
thing's
that makes me sad.
That thing's great, man. Dave Grohl just did a documentary on the studio, Sound City, where that
really?
that record was made. Some of the biggest records on the planet were made in Van Nuys at Sound Studios, Sound City, and they just recently closed. And Dave Grohl bought the board
Oh.
out of there.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like, I want it.
And he did a documentary on the place, so I'm looking forward to
just got
seeing
the
that.
Bon Iver, Bon Iver. This girl got me into it. They're pretty good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where the fuck is? I'm trying to think of what to listen to. I don't know. I like sort of newer stuff. And then I've just recently gotten into some of the classic rock that was before my time.
Right.
That Joey Diaz has explained to me how good they were, and like Steve Simone got me in, like those guys got me into Sabbath.
Oh yeah, Sabbath is.
And before I never knew them, and
It's
I was
weird,
like,
Sabbath. Like, other than the Iron Man stuff, they had great shit.
Yeah.
Like Hole in the Sky.
well, War Pigs. It's just like
War
it's just like,
Pigs
I listen to
is
War Pigs, I'm like,
unbelievable.
this
And-
is the greatest song of all time.
Cake did a version of War Pigs.
Yeah,
That's
I've heard that.
phenomenal.
It is great. It is
Phenomenal,
great. They
man.
did one with Cake and Cat Power.
So great.
Oh no, maybe it was Flaming Lips and Cat Power playing War Pigs. I forget which one it was now. But yeah, live shit. That's when I first started getting into stealing music.
Yeah.
When there was live like Tori Amos stuff.
Yeah.
That I was into her in college, and I was like, it's not on any album. There's the only way
Yeah.
I can find this is if I steal
Yeah.
it.
I got thousands of bootlegs.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Really?
I mean, Zeppelin. I got every show Zeppelin's ever done.
We told Barris about that.
Oh yeah, I
Love
gave
Zeppelin.
it to Barris.
All through college. I was super into Zeppelin.
Gave
Really?
Barris like 20,000
He loves
songs
shit like
last
that.
week.
Yeah, I just got into live stuff. Now what I'll do sometimes is instead of just like downloading stuff, listening to the album or whatever, I'll just go to YouTube.
That's the best way to go.
And then, oh, that was a good song. Let me click another one. And then you can watch them actually playing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The Animals I just got into recently.
Oh, Animals
Don't sleep on the Animals. They got some great songs. And I was like, I sort of heard about them, but I was like, oh, I didn't realize these were all them.
Yeah, it's so weird when you realize,
Their
oh,
version
these
of
guys got a
Rising
shitload
Sun,
of hits.
It's like, it's just like, wow. And that guy, Burton?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, wow, he's got some intensity to him.
That guy's an amazing singer, man.
You know, when I got into watching live stuff with Simone, I asked him, because I was getting into Sabbath. I took some acid. I went to a UFC.
Yeah.
Me and Diaz took some acid, went to one.
A UFC?
Yeah. People
Wow.
like, that sounds like the worst idea ever. And I'm like, it was an amazing experience.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was great. It was fucking great.
I'm scared of acid now.
Yeah, I'm scared of it too.
Yeah.
But like, you got to try it.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it a bunch when I was growing up in San Fran, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm afraid of it now.
Too much like, what's going to happen to me? I don't want to sleep outside tonight.
I'm just older now, you know?
But every time, and I didn't know their music, but every time an Ozzy song or a Black Sabbath song, they have tons of songs. And they're like, this is fun. But I'm like, who's this band?
Yeah.
I like this. And they're like, Sabbath. I'm like, oh, cool. And then like another 40 minutes pass by. I'm like, now who's this? And they're like, Ozzy. I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm like, I should get into it. So I was asking Simone about it. I was like, did Ozzy play guitar or bass or anything? He goes, no. I'm like, so what did he do during those fucking 85-minute solos?
Yeah.
And he goes, you should look at the live stuff. It's pretty funny. He sort of dances around.
Just jumping up and down. Come on!
Yeah, every once in a while yells, come on, or yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of
Let
amazing.
me see your hands.
Yeah.
He does that. And then he does that rabbit jump.
What's the rabbit jump?
Where he just kind of jumps like up in the air and claps his hands. It's weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he has the shirt that says Aussie, like homemade embroidered on the front of it.
Really?
Oh, that's some fun
See, when
shit.
I knew him, I just knew him as the guy who would bite heads off chickens. I knew him after Sabbath. And when I was in 4th grade, when I heard that, 5th grade, 6th grade, I'm like, well, that's not that it's devil rock, but it's like, it is the type of music that's devil rock. I've never been into that type of music.
Yeah, right.
I'm not into metal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know what it is. Metal. He's biting the head off a bat. Or It's like, meh.
It's like,
that ain't for me.
yeah.
I like Debbie Gibson.
Yo, man, did you?
Oh, yeah. She showed that knee in that one album cover.
Dude, I wanted to fuck Debbie
like,
Gibson so bad.
I just want to make out with her. I was younger.
Yeah, I still like her. Deborah Gibson.
MGMT, I like. Naked and Famous.
I like Debbie Gibson. I read recently that she was like losing her home.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, no, Debbie, please no. Band of Skulls isn't bad. What were we just talking about before?
We're just talking about classic rock.
Oh, yeah.
And what your favorite was. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I just get into
I
different
understand
things.
that too.
Somebody makes me an album, you get into something at the right time.
Yep.
Like, I hate when people tell you, like, listen to this song. What do you think? And it's like, or you'll love this band. And you're like, I feel pressure on me to like it.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's
you
weird.
just
You got to get it organically.
Here's what I do, because I steal so much music.
Yeah.
I'll like, oh, I heard that band is good. Then I'll download that, or I'll download the whole discography, not knowing which is the one album to listen to.
Right.
Or I'll do that. And I'll also steal or I should stop saying that. 4 or 5 other bands.
Right.
It comes in, or it's going to download. It's going to be ready in 12 minutes. I get distracted, start listening to something else.
Right.
Then I put it into my iTunes, and then I just don't get to it to listen to it. And by the time I actually see it there, I'm like, who told me about this band?
Yeah.
I forget where the recommendation came from. So then my interest wanes in getting to, like the Black Keys, for instance.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I had in my head, I don't know who told me to get it or why I got it. I think Nick Yusuf made me an album of like coolest new rock a few years ago. So that was on there maybe. And I just thought it was an R&B band.
Yeah.
Maybe just because the word black.
That's right.
Maybe the Black Lips is closer to that, and I got them mixed up. I don't know, but I just like never gave them a chance. And I was playing cards one night at the casino, playing in a tournament, and I was like, oh, let me give it a chance. And like 2 songs in, I'm like, this band is amazing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I just missed it.
I saw them in 03 in London.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. How was that?
It was in this.
Off what album?
I don't know which record. It was one that had like some first kind of hits on it. I have it at the house. I don't know what it's called.
03. I don't know.
But I remember I was really into them all of a sudden. And they were playing like at the north end of London. And I had to take like a long subway ride, train ride. And then I remember I had to walk like a mile to get to the place. And it was called like the Garage or something.
Yeah.
And
in London? How long were you there for?
In the north end. I've been to London millions of times, on the road and stuff.
I want to go there. I want to do comedy there for like 3 months.
That would be great, man.
Get a place and just sort of be around. Not just go there for 2 days and see the sights. But
No. Be there, yeah. I was there one time 3 weeks straight. It's great, but I'll tell you what. You need money, man.
Really? It's expensive?
It's
worse than New York?
Way worse than New York.
Worse than New York?
It's double New York.
Wow.
It's weird because everything's pounds, bro. And it was double. It was 2 to 1. Now it's about $1.63. $1.63 to. So you go to a movie and it's 15 pounds. It'd be $30.
Oh, but shouldn't it be only 7 pounds?
That's how you want it to be. But no, they back in the day they were wise.
Does everyone make more money there?
It's just crazy, man. It's like Thai food in a movie's $90 American dollars.
Christ.
Yeah, you're going, what the fuck? So you need money, man.
And how were they?
They were. I remember I went to this place and it was probably held 300, but they had like 900 in there,
shoved in,
and the walls were just sweating, and they destroyed.
It's amazing when certain bands, like in L.A., New York, and Chicago, probably people know about the cool bands that aren't out yet.
That's right.
I remember the White Stripes for a while. I said I went to that show, but I just heard about it. But it was like no one had heard of the White Stripes, except the 2,000 coolest people. In LA. And so it was like the Viper Room or the Roxy or one of those. Yeah. And it was just swamped, sold out immediately. And like, what the fuck? This band hasn't even had a radio hit yet. And it's like, trust me, they're about to be humongous.
I think Jack White's the best guy out.
Did you hear that thing he did with that country singer?
Unbelievable.
Was it Linda Ronstadt?
Unbelievable.
No, who was it?
I forget her name. Well, he's done 3 country chicks now. He did the older lady.
Yeah, the older lady.
Yeah, I got that record. Now he's done 2 people since then.
Wow. As a producer, he's great.
A new single just came out.
Really?
But that guy, the band, the Raconteurs.
That
band was like, to me, a modern-day Zeppelin.
Is he still with Raconteurs?
Now he's solo.
He's solo.
And it's unbelievable.
Yeah, the Raconteurs is really cool. It's like, wow, this is the same guy, same lead singer. Different sound.
Yeah, and it was like Zeppelin live because they were acid rock for a minute, then they'd be blues, then they'd be hard rock. And
I think Black Keys is close to Zeppelin.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's that blues rock.
Heavy blues rock.
Oh, that's my Cocksucker Blues. It's
finished. I can't wait till you watch that.
It's finished. When I heard this last, because I got into Black Keys.
The last record with the black cover?
Yeah, right before that record came, so then I downloaded that after I was getting this other stuff, Brothers. I was like, I love it. But then once you like a band, you're like, the next album, like, at what point are they
I don't think the new one's as good.
Dude, you're no way.
You like the new one better than the last one?
Not better.
Right,
It's just really great. But when you start with this, when you just start with this sound, like, let's see if it'll go. It's frozen. This is it.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's just garage. That's like old school Detroit, you know, MC5.
That's just such a cool way to start an album. I was like, yeah, I'm in.
You know what the last record, what was track 3 or something like?
Let me get the whole one.
About the girl, something girl, like Next Time or Next One?
Oh, yeah, My Next Girl.
That fucking song.
Wait, I thought that was off the last album, of Brothers.
That's off the last record.
What?
That's off the last one.
Off the new one?
Not the new one, the last one.
Yeah, that girl's great. That song's great.
That song is amazing.
Next Girl. It's all, the weird thing is, it's all about just chicks.
That's it.
And just how they hurt them and they don't want to hurt them again.
How about what's great is they're like older men hipsters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those guys are not 20, man. They're like 40. You know?
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah,
when they were playing, they got delayed by an hour. And everyone started going home because they're not playing because the rain was coming down. The fucking stage was. And I was like, all the people from Montreal from Just for Laughs were there. And, yeah.
So great. 2 guys, man. 2 guys.
But I remember being backstage underneath the tarp. And we were like, I saw them. And everyone started to leave. And I was like, I'm not going. I'm going to stay and watch this band until they call it. Until they say over the loudspeakers, this is not happening. Because I'm like, why haven't they said anything? So I saw them in their trailer, like, looking out, and I could see them looking over here towards where we were. I'm like, are you gonna go on or not? Do you know yet? And he wouldn't say anything. I'm like, come on, just fucking answer me.
Yeah.
You know. If we were just like, we're seeing, then I'm like, cool. I don't know. Fuck.
Awesome, man.
God, I love that band.
They're great, man. I mean, there's some great music in the last 10 years.
I'm liking rock a lot more now.
Yeah, I love rock, man, because you know why? It's not so prevalent everywhere, where hip-hop's everywhere, so you're like, get out of here.
Yeah.
So you hear a little rock, you go, oh, that's nice. But like that New York thing, like Strokes, yeahs, that all thing hit, and that was nice for a while.
Yeah.
And then it disappeared.
Strokes. Yeah, Strokes were cool for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Strokes and White Stripes right around the same time. Like, oh, there's some cool shit now.
Yeah. The Kings of Leon early on,
Great.
I still like Kings of Leon.
They're pretty cool.
Hipsters like now abandon them.
Hipsters abandon to anyone if they get too popular.
That's right. But I'll tell you what, Kings of Leon, every record's totally different, and they fucking got great songs.
Yeah, they do.
They got great songs, man.
One of those guys was dating my girlfriend's friend at the time, and he was like just starting to get like, oh, this is a cool band, but no one had really heard of them yet.
So great.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Viper Room on the EP.
Really?
That one, they had a song called Wicker Chair. I lost my mind. I was like, who is this band?
Wicker Chair? I don't know.
Yeah, it is so great, man. They were called the Southern Strokes back then. Like, people were like, oh, they're like the Southern Strokes.
Really?
Yeah, because they were kind of like, a little Skinnered looking. They had beards and shit.
Yeah, they had the beards.
Yeah. And the bass player was 16. That guy was like,
really?
A kid. Yep. Yeah, and then, man, they've changed every record, which is what I love about a band. Like Zeppelin, they were like, blues. Then the next record, they were like country.
Yeah, I was talking to this guy who works at Pink Dot about it, and he was like, some band. He goes, yeah, they sound different now than they used to. I'm like, yeah, because people grow up.
Yeah.
The shit you're making at 24 is not going to be the stuff you're making at 34.
And why would you want to do that?
Yeah, but people want...
Unless you're Slayer.
If you're a band, you're like, I like this sound. If you're a fan, I mean. And you want that sound to just keep going with new songs. But it's like, well, they want to explore new things in their art.
It's boring. Unless you're AC/DC or Slayer or Ramones... Yeah. I don't want them to change, but the other bands take it somewhere.
Well, they're past the idea of changing
let's see where you go. Yeah.
But I get worried whenever I hear a new album by a band I already like. I'm like, is this going to be like you? Like if U2 comes out with an album, I'm disinterested. I don't care anymore. I used to love them.
Yeah, me too. Octung Baby.
Like nothing.
Have you seen the Octung Baby documentary?
I think so, a long time ago.
No, it just came out.
Oh, then no, I haven't.
Oh, dude, it's the guy that you got to see it.
Really?
It's called Up from the Sky, I think, or Looking Down from the Sky or something. Dude, that movie is moving.
Really?
Because
What's
the band was.
Do you know?
Just type in U2 documentary.
You got to do something different.
Octung, yeah. I don't know, but that's how you can get the name of it off Yahoo, and then you'll get it.
That's what I'll do.
But it's fucking moving, man, because the band was ready to break up.
Really?
They were done.
Then?
Yeah. They were done. They hated each other.
Octung Baby days? That was right after Rattle and Hum and Joshua Tree.
And they were sick of each other.
Whoa.
And
From the Sky Down.
That's it, dude. Let me tell you, that movie will change you, dude, because it's so... The thing I like about U2, I don't like them at all now. I love them.
Yeah,
but
I used to like them, and then everything got too good for them.
But the thing I love about them is these guys were fucking around since they were 13.
Yeah.
In Ireland, like kids. And they're brothers, man, like in a brotherhood way, which is so hard.
But I'm always afraid of a band. At some point, a band has to become that, where it's like, if like the Rolling Stones' new album, like, who cares? Van Halen's new album, who cares?
Who cares?
But like, at some point, all your albums are great, and then you have to... There has to be a breaking point where you're like, now we started the downswing.
That's right.
And I was afraid the Black Keys would be that. I was like, oh, please don't be the sucky album. But I was like, no, this is great too. They're still in their good music making stuff.
Yeah.
In 30 years, I'm sure I'll be like, I don't care about your new album.
Yeah, it's true, man. But whenever I think about that, I just put on one of their classics, and I thank God I got it, like Octung Baby. That record is unbelievable.
It's great.
That Acrobat song, I mean, the lyrics, everything on that record, the sounds, the cover, the tour they did, everything was unbelievable.
That tour was the one with all that was the Zooropa before Zooropa, right?
Yeah, I took mushrooms at that tour.
That was the one with all the TV screens?
The cars, the minis flew over the crowd. They had the TV screens. You changed the channels.
And then Zooropa was almost in response.
It was the same kind of thing. Yeah,
it was like, we're going to do this, but on the album itself.
That's right.
Not just the
I saw both those tours.
Here's what I heard. Maybe you know about this, or like what your thoughts were on it. This is what Jay Okerson told me too. It's like the bands, when they're on a summer tour, festival, whatever, the stage, everything they have behind them. I remember my sister went to see Pink Floyd. She goes, a giant bed flew across the stage, and this inflatable pig blew up. Yeah. The band pays for all that.
Oh yeah, that's
the venue doesn't pay for any of it.
Fuck no.
And they can do as much or as little as they want.
That's right.
So then cool bands just like, I'd rather put on a good show. I'm going to pay for all this shit.
That's right.
But that cuts majorly into your profits.
Well, The Wall, I just went and saw The Wall, remember? And now it's coming again. That costs in the 80s.
$80,000.
No, it was $1 million a night in the 80s. They made no money on the wall tour. They only did 10 dates.
It cost them $1 million just
$1
to
million
put it
a
all
night,
up.
and they just lost. But
Because,
they didn't
like, we
care.
couldn't make enough tickets
They wanted
to
to
sell
do
it.
the most epic show of all time.
Wow.
But they lost. They had like 50 people in the band. You know, they got the
Right.
people come out and singing. They got the people
And you have
building
to
the
pay
wall.
people to. Well, that's the cost of $1 million.
They did all that.
Pay people to set it up and everything.
But those tours cost millions. People go like, "Oh, these tickets are outrageous." It's like, hey, you know how much it costs to put on a tour?
What song was that you were talking about? Not the first song.
Which one? Oh, on Octung?
Yeah.
Acrobat, man. That song is
This is a good way to start an album too.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. When you watch that movie, it's going to move you, dude. I think it's
Really?
one of the coolest rock movies about making a record. You can't believe it. Because they said they're in there. They don't have nothing. They're like fighting. They have no
Really?
songs. They're hating each other. And then one day, they get into one. You know,
One good
is
song?
it getting better? And the song starts going, and the producer's recording it, and he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Like he knew he had something?
Yeah, he goes, "This is a smash."
Really?
And that was it. After that, they were like, "Look, we're here for a reason." You know, and they made this record, and this record, look at I get goosebumps, man.
Just
when I
hearing
hear
it?
It blows,
Yeah, great music can do that to you, right?
It blows me away,
It can
dude.
definitely do that to you.
It
where you're like,
blows me away.
yeah, this was a good song.
And I took mushrooms at
Oh,
this show.
really? Dude, mushrooms are the best at concerts.
They are the best.
Especially outdoor summer concerts.
That's it. Outdoors only.
Yeah.
I don't like them indoors.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like the roof's right here. You know,
Oh, it's not that part. What?
I feel like the roof's on
Oh,
me.
really?
And the people, like, outdoors, I'm like, air. You know?
You know what I feel like when I'm at an outdoor concert and I'm on mushrooms? I can tell who else is on mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, you can
You
feel
see
it.
people like moving or sitting on the ground, like, oh yeah, you're on mushrooms. You just certain smiles. You see people like, yep, you're on, and then you're like, all these people are not. Like, oh, there's a person who's on. You just know.
Yeah. I loved it, man. I remember I took them. It was
On something. They're
It
on
was
something.
raining. It was pouring rain. I didn't care. You know? And
You didn't give a fuck. Yeah, it rains.
I didn't care at all. And it was a weird tour. They had Public Enemy open.
Public Enemy open for you too.
Yeah, on this tour. And another band, too. Bjork. What was her band? Sugar Cubes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That was the bill. How weird is that?
Wow.
So I'm on the mushrooms
Sugar
coming
Cube's
on.
Public Enemy.
Yeah, and I took
You
the
too?
mushrooms. I start to come on a little bit while Public Enemy's on, and I'm like, whoa, this is angry.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're like, fight the power.
And you're like, this isn't
Fight
right.
And I'm going, whoa, this is wrong for me. So I
Yeah.
cruised out for a while and then came back in.
I did. I took the first time that I took them alone mushrooms. It was in Ottawa. The first Blues Fest I went to. God, I hope they take me back this year. I've gone the last 2 years.
Yeah, you took them alone?
Well, I got them in Toronto.
Yep.
I know the comedy scene in Toronto. I'm friends with the comedians there.
Right.
And I took a train from Toronto. Montreal was doing a Toronto comedy festival just 1 year. It didn't work, whatever. But
Right,
after
right.
that, they sent me to Ottawa by train. I'm like, if I'm going by train, I can take whatever drugs I want.
Oh, that's
with me.
cool. That's right.
You know? So I got mushrooms there in Toronto, and I was like, I'm taking them for, and I was there with me, Mike Wilmot, who's a great Canadian comic, but he's only Canadian and
Right.
English. He never comes here. He said he's scared of America, but he's
Right.
fucking awesome. And Tiffany Haddish and maybe Bobby Slayton, but he doesn't do mushrooms. I didn't
Yeah, yeah.
think he
I
would
love
want to do
Bobby
them.
Slayton.
Yeah. Not the guy to do mushrooms with.
No.
You
not
should
at all.
do something.
Not the
but
pit
yeah,
bull.
you don't want to hang out with him when you're on mushrooms. But so I got 3 doses worth. I asked the lady who gave them to me. I was like, give me enough for 3 people. Just because I know Will Model want them. He likes drugs.
Right.
And then I know just in case somebody else or one of the other comics was like, oh, I want some too. I was like, well, no problem. Here. I don't want anybody feeling left out. You know? So I get there. I take my dose right before I go on stage because I'm going. It's Slayton and then me.
Right.
And then the rest of the people, whatever. But I want to, like, as soon as I'm off, I'm going to only have like 3 hours left of music after that. So I want to start tripping.
Yeah, yeah, right.
But I don't want to fuck up my set. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
so the show was about to start. So I took them.
Yeah.
And then the show started 5 minutes late, and Slayton went like 5 minutes long.
Oh, no.
So I didn't time it out right. So
Yeah.
halfway through my set, I'm like, I start feeling my mouth.
Yeah, your back of your teeth hit first.
Something like
you
that.
ever notice that? They kind of feel a little floaty, and you're like, whoa, these are coming on.
Yeah.
That's how I always feel. The back of my mouth tingles.
Yeah.
Like my teeth actually feel like
Maybe.
they're floating. It's
I'll start
weird.
thinking about the actual effects the next time I do them. Like, as they
That's
come
what
in.
happened to me whenever I come on to them. I go, oh, there they are. and my back teeth start coming on, and
then
then
you tell, like, here we go. I got whatever I have right now. If I got a jacket I'm going to put away, put it away.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gone.
Because you know what's coming up.
Yeah. So then I went over, and then I gave some to Mike, and Mike's like, oh, no, my wife's here. I don't want to do any. I was like, what? Oh, I was doing them with you.
Oh, no.
This is before I had gone on stage, but, like, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I just took all mine. He goes, I'll have a cap, you know, just to be nice. But I'm like, fuck.
I'll have a cap.
So I ended up eating all the rest, and just having way too much. But then I was watching, who's that old dude who did he's just a guitarist, but he did an album of just with everybody big at the time.
Oh, Santana?
Santana.
Yeah.
So he was playing all these old people. I was like, I'll take mushrooms, watch Santana.
Yeah.
Tons of old people watching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is unpleasurable for me.
Yeah.
And then this band Stars, this Canadian band.
I know Stars.
Yeah, I got a recommendation. Yep. Somebody's like, the Canadian people know the music. I always ask people, like, who's cool to watch?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Somebody told me Cage the Elephant this year, and they were great.
Right.
But so I wandered over to Stars, sat on the ground, barely anybody was there. You know, where they have other stages, and I just fucking laid down. And it was fun. And then I wandered around Ottawa in the rain a little bit.
That's cool.
Just wandered around Ottawa until the sun came up.
Have you ever had a bad trip on mushrooms?
Not on mushrooms.
I had a bad trip once on mushrooms.
Now, what's that like?
What happened was I ate like a couple grams.
Yeah.
And then like an hour went by and nothing happened. I was like, oh, these are bunk.
Yeah.
And I had like an eighth. So
that's the worst. The worst thing that can happen is you don't get high.
Yeah, exactly.
Not you get too high.
Yeah,
the worst thing. Worst case scenario, nothing kicks in.
So then I took the other gram, and I was drinking shitloads of beer, and I remember I was at this guy's house playing poker, and I go, fuck it, they didn't work. I'm going to go to bed. I'll never forget it.
Whoa.
So I was mid-sleeping, and I woke up, and the wall, my bed was facing this way, was open, and I've never had this happen ever on mushrooms, like hallucinate like acid.
Yeah.
But it was like...
Yeah, it's not really that hallucinate.
No.
You see swimming and things.
That's right.
Like if I'm watching Venetian Brides, instead of being straight down, they'll kind of like go wavy.
And to me, it's more like sensory.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, I feel good. You start introspective.
But this was radical. The wall opened, and my bed was going through it
like a slide?
It was moving like a roller coaster, and I was going, I just woke up to that. And I go, holy shit. What the fuck? And I go, I'm on these fucking mushrooms. Whoa. So I close my eyes again, right? I go, oh, no, I hope that goes away. And I open it, same thing's happening.
Wow. Yeah, you want to close your eyes and like, go away. Whatever's happening, go away.
And it wasn't going away. So then I sit up, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Did you know you were on mushrooms then, or would you?
I knew I knew I'd taken them, and I was like, "Whoa!" And it'd been like an hour I'd been sleeping, and they woke me up like, "Hey, wake up, fucker, for this ride." And that was it, man. I ran down. I was like, "Oh, I'm fucking tripping," and the guys are like, "I'm like, take me to the hospital," and they're like, "Nah, dude,
like, why? You're just tripping."
Yeah, they're like, "Relax," and I'm like, "No." And it was like 4 hours of nightmare.
Really?
And then I was scared of them a long time.
Mushrooms.
And then I learned something in Amsterdam that I never knew.
They outlawed mushrooms in Amsterdam. You
know
that's
why? Weird.
Because somebody jumped out of his fucking building.
That's
I was like, he didn't kill anybody himself. Who cares?
Who cares? Totally.
Nobody's jumped out of their building before?
And you could buy the best mushrooms in Amsterdam.
Really?
Oh, you go into the store.
I hope that's not true. I hope I heard wrong.
And they have like all the different ones, and then they describe the highs in a booklet. Like the Hawaii.
What?
Yeah, they'll tell you.
What?
Yeah, they'll tell you how hardcore they are in a number rating. Like the Hawaiian ones that are like this big.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and they'll tell you exactly what they do. They'll say heavy hallucinogenics on these.
Wow.
These, lots of laughing and just fun. And then they'll say these right here, kind of speedy.
That's how pot is now. I can tell them.
Yeah, that's
pot.
right. And that's how they have them in Amsterdam. And they show them, and it's weird. The smaller ones are way fucking stronger than those ones we get. We get those kind of brown, stinky foot ones, you know. But
I've had penis-heavy mushrooms that are like way stronger than the other mushrooms I get.
Right.
And so people ask me like how much to take. I'm like, I know how much to take of these.
That's right.
But I don't know what strain you got, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what strain. I don't know what all the strains do.
It's true, man. And they tell you right there in the book.
Like probably good crops and bad crops.
Yeah, absolutely. And they got pictures.
Even chili peppers, like hot peppers.
Yeah, they're all different.
But even the jalapenos, they aren't the same heat on every one.
No.
Some are hotter than other
That's
jalapenos.
right.
And it's just like, just depends on where they grew, or some from the same bush are hotter.
It's true, man. I took mushrooms one time 3 days straight.
Wow. How was that?
It was great, but the third day I didn't really get that high anymore. But I was really in a weird phase of my life. Like, I could live on these. I'm going to see what it's like. Just take them every day. Because I had heard Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes took them for 30 days.
Wow.
Straight. And I was like, I want to see what that's like. And by the third day, I was just mushroom head. Like your
Really?
head's just like, bleh. Like you just don't know what's going
Like
on.
you've
at
been
all.
drinking too long.
Yep.
It's like, I don't want to do
And
this.
you're not really that high, but you're
I think
more.
Eric Marino took some for like months once. It was like a cap at a time, nothing crazy, but
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's,
but like all the time he would take
yeah.
them.
That's weird. You know what I mean? Because I think your brain needs to open up. It takes them, and then a month later, you can do them again to really get that cool
Yeah.
effect.
I'd say take them every 6 months to a year.
Yep.
It helps reset you.
Right.
Every time you get mad at people for the wrong reasons, there's right reasons to get mad at people.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're like, I'm holding a grudge because why? Because you forgot to pick me up from the airport 5 years ago?
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm like, that's a cool guy. I should just say I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I used to be like that too. And now I find that if you hold anger in too, you get cancers and shit. You know, people die. That's what they
Yeah,
say. You
I don't
know?
believe that.
I'm just saying.
That's what people want to believe. That it
Yeah,
could be
like you
cancer.
get sick or whatever. But you know what? To me, it's like, who cares?
It's also like you're punishing yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Pete Holmes, actually, that guy you were talking about, he told me he likes mushrooms too, and he told me his first bad trip on mushrooms. I was like, what was that like? He told me he was like, this is what the problem. He goes, with all that being said, still a great time.
Yeah.
Just not as great as it
That's
would have
right.
been.
Oh, I had
on
a
a good
great
trip.
story to tell. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I still can't believe that the wall opened up.
Wow.
And my bed was flying through the wall, and I was going, whoa! And it was like it dropped off a mountain, and there was nothing there. And I was like, trying to
Wow.
hold on and shit.
I wonder if you took different types of mushrooms for 3 days in a row. Like,
Yeah, that would be interesting.
you know, because
to
I'll
know.
switch up my pots.
Oh, yeah.
I don't take the same. That's why I have lots of different kinds all around.
Yeah.
You get a tolerance to it.
Yeah, you do, and it's the same, a
So
different
you
high.
mixed it up for different brands, different strains.
Yeah,
And then you go
I
back
bet it
and
would
still-
work.
Yeah, but you can keep smoking. It keeps hitting you hard as long as you switch up. I wonder if that would too. Mushrooms.
Probably because they're different. I think different psilocybin or whatever. Different because it's poisoning you. That's what they are. They're food poisoning.
Yeah.
which is bizarre. You know.
Reep said that once, but he did a story show about we did psychedelia. We did
Yeah.
that twice, and he was like, you know, your body tries to expel it. You want to throw up because it's poison. You've
Yep.
eaten poison.
Yep, that's what it is.
I mean, it's not going to do anything bad to you other than, like, when you eat regular poison, you might barf, you might go blind.
That's right.
The effect is your mind will see things that aren't quite there.
And
You'll
what's
think it's
amazing is whoever took them first, got sick.
Oh, no. And then
then-
they're like looking at it later, like, you know, that wasn't that bad.
Have you ever taken peyote?
Have you?
I taken peyote once, and
Let's save all this for your podcast.
that's mescaline. Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
that later. You know, we'll save the drug things, but mescaline.
That's what you want to talk about, right?
Yeah, drugs,
What's
yeah.
your podcast name, by the way?
Poolside with Dean Delray.
So you're on that network.
That's right. Toad Hop.
Toad Hop.
Yep.
Me and Tripoli and Tebow just started.
Yeah, I just
started
missed
it.
you today. I had.
Yeah, I saw when I was trying to find the website. I saw you on there with Tawny Katane.
Yep,
That was
Tawny
her, right?
Katane. I had her.
I'm gonna have her on my
And then the
podcast.
second show was John Bernthal from The Walking Dead.
So you just do 2 hours in a row, do 2 shows,
I did today, yeah.
and you split them up
I split them up, yep.
as 2 separate shows. 'Cause
Yep.
Why not?
That's the way to go. That way I get a couple.
Get a bunch
Because
done.
if I get good guests, they can all come on one day.
Yeah, you're already there.
Yeah, I'm there, and they come up, and then
Like when I'm home for a while, I go on the road sometimes, and I'm like, I can't interview people.
Yeah.
So when I'm home for a few weeks at a time, I gotta like get like 4 or
Stock 'em
5
up.
interviews done.
Yeah, because if you
Podcast, not
don't
interviews,
have
really.
one every week, people forget.
Yeah.
And then they don't come back.
I do mine every Monday.
Yeah,
And so the one we're doing, the sports one, is every Tuesday. I guess we're gonna start.
I didn't even know you liked sports, which is weird. They said, "Oh yeah,
Never
you're
took-
into sports," which is strange to me.
It's just I don't talk about it with certain people. It doesn't-
Yeah,
comics.
exact-
I noticed this early on when I got to LA.
Yeah.
A lot of comics don't know fuck all about sports.
Yeah,
they
that's
couldn't
right.
even name you what sport like the Blue Jays play.
Yeah.
They were like, I don't know, is that a team of something?
Well, I grew up in the Bay Area, and I saw many 49er games. I saw the great 49er games, but also Giants baseball. I went nonstop.
Really?
And when they won the World Series, me and Al Madrigal were probably the only guys on earth that couldn't believe it. Because we talked about how in the day, if you wore a Giants hat, people were like, loser, because they never
They were
won.
bad.
Ever.
My grandfather was always a big Atlanta Braves fan.
Yeah.
And they used to be terrible. One year they went from worst to first, and the Twins did the same thing in the other division,
Yeah.
in the American League. But until then, they were always just the worst. And then they got those 5 great pitchers. They won all the
Yeah,
championships.
Schilling and all those guys.
But I remember him watching when they were still shitty, watching a triple play turned against them, and he just like. He just sighed and sucked. I'm like, motherfucker. And they won the World Series, and he died like before the next season started.
Oh, well, that's good. You got to see
He was
it.
hanging on for that one time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For the Giants to win, it's so weird because they never, ever won. I mean, they went to the World Series. We had the earthquake, and they get blown out by the A's instantly. Then
by their hometown, by the hometown rivals. Ugh.
Yeah, and then 4 years ago, they're 3 outs away from going, and the Angels, Bonds misses the catch 4 years ago, or whatever, and the Angels go.
Really?
Yeah, and they go to the World Series instead of the Giants, and they had it.
The Angels, were they in the?
They were playing the Anaheim. Wait, who were they playing? They were playing. I can't remember who
it was.
Yeah, they were playing, and anyway, Bonds missed a ball, and that was it.
Sports.
It's
so frustrating sometimes.
Oh, when you
love a team and
you're
lose,
3 outs away from going to the World Series, and then you never get back again.
Yeah, it's not like, well, we'll do it again next year.
Yeah, no.
When the Yankees, I'm a Yankee fan, when they lost, when they were like 1 out away from beating Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Boston won that game, won a couple more, and went to the World Series.
And
then,
yeah.
But at least we had won a few.
Yeah, you got like
before, so it was like, it sucks, but that's okay.
Yeah, you've been there a ton of times.
That's your one chance.
Yeah.
When that fan stole the Cubs win away from them.
Oh.
It's like, they ain't going back very often.
They ain't going back. They hadn't been there, you know what I mean? It's just like.
Better. That's a big market.
That is. And the 49ers this year, so close.
Yeah. And football, the whole team turns over in 5 years.
That's right.
So it's like you're out of there. That might be your only shot.
And injuries all over the board on football.
Yeah.
It's
all a question of how healthy you stay. So if you do and you don't win, you're like, fuck me.
Yeah, exactly. Because then 2 guys get traded, another guy gets hurt, and then your whole team's different.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no chemistry or whatever. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else you want to tell me about the music industry? How much did you make? How was it? We're gonna not get to everything I wanted to get to, but who cares? Yeah. But like how much would you be making when you're just getting by in music?
Well, for me,
I'm sure some years are better than others.
Yeah, like when music. One of the reasons I quit music was probably guys like you that just take music. You know what I mean? What happens is, this is the weirdest thing that people don't really realize. You only survive from selling records when you're on the road. You know what I mean? Like, you start selling records and touring. Yeah. And that's how you can really make a living every year. But this is when I had to get out, because you go from making, say, $250,000 a year to like $100,000 to all of a sudden like $30,000 to like.
Those are way different lives.
Yeah, and you've got 4 dudes and gas and hotels and food.
Yeah.
But this is what was funny was, at shows, I would be out there selling CDs.
Yeah.
And I would say, hey, you want to buy a CD? And they go, oh, no, my brother burned it for me. I love it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Burned it for me. Like, he might have bought it.
Right.
But he just like copied it.
Yeah. And then everybody would have it. And
you got that big where people already knew your stuff?
And they don't realize that what they're telling you is, hey, I just
stole the shit out of this.
Yeah, and there's no money to you. Now, whatever you do, but I'm just saying, imagine if somebody came to your show.
Oh, I know it's wrong.
Yeah,
I know it's wrong.
And then they said, hey, you want to see me? And they go, no, I saw another guy do your jokes earlier. I'm good. You would be like, who did my jokes?
You'd be pissed about it.
And you'd be fucking screaming at him.
But the problem is, on the other hand, it's the easiest way to get music. It's the easiest and cheapest way.
I understand it.
And to find new music, it's like, I'm just not going to get these.
Right.
You know when I started stealing music?
Yeah.
In college, I worked in this place called the North Hill Service Desk in this community of dorms.
Right.
And we would have to people call with numbers. If they wanted somebody's phone number on campus, we would give it to them. If they locked their key in the room or something like that,
right.
We had spare keys, but they had to sign it out. You had to give it back to us.
Yeah.
Leave your ID or whatever. And packages that wouldn't fit in the mail slots. Any size package, even like it's a box of envelopes, something like it's too big for the mail slot.
Right.
So you have to come. We would call your dorm when a package came in. Let's say a package came for Dean Delray, and I'd say, okay, Dean Delray. I'd find out what dorm he's in, what room. Call him, leave a message, say, hey, it's North Service Desk. We have a package for you.
Yeah.
And then we started realizing we're the ones logging in the packages, and we're the ones giving it to them.
Yeah.
We can just order BMG in Columbia House.
Oh yeah, well that's different.
And we're the one, but it's the first one. And then we order it to like bathrooms.
Yeah.
We'd be like, and so whenever we get BMG, we're like, who's Ann Arundel?
Yeah.
And we'd be like, oh yeah, that's me. You know, we just make up names and we all just get as much music. And then I just got in the mood of like, no, you don't pay for music.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no consequence. Although I did get fired.
It's weird though because America really thinks. They think the weirdest stuff. They think one thing I always hear him say is, well, those record companies make so much money.
Yeah, that's all fucking justifying your actions.
Yeah. Right.
Because
right.
what are you trying to get back at record companies for making money?
But let me tell you.
So you should steal your iPod also?
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
The record company, it needs to make money to put the records out. I'm not saying they need to make all the money like they do.
Yeah.
But without them, who's going to make the records that you could steal, you know?
Yeah, it's like the network makes all the money off the sitcoms. Like they make a lot, but who else is paying all these actors to be on a show?
So then the second thing is too, the band's already getting robbed from the record company, but now they're getting robbed from their own fans. So now the ticket prices have to go through the roof. That's how it goes now, because they go, well, we need to make all our money on touring because people are just stealing them.
So the ticket prices go up because of that?
100%.
Wow.
Because they need to make money to survive. So now,
since they're not doing it off sales.
That's right. So now there's no more $10 concert. It's $150.
Yeah, I remember when Green Day was talking about Pearl Jam.
Right.
And how they wouldn't play because Ticketmaster.
That's right.
Surcharge. And Green Day, which I think took the wrong stance. They're like, why don't you just lower your prices then?
Yeah.
But we did. We offered cheap prices. Like, no, that's not the problem. The problem is someone taking 30% of a ticket charge just to facilitate the selling of the ticket.
Yeah. I got to piss.
Oh, yeah. Go in there. I'll pause it. Cool. Boom. We're back. That's that fast. No one even noticed.
Yeah.
It was on pause.
But anyway, that's why the concert ticket prices are up, you know?
That's why? It's not inflation. That's it.
Well, the bands only make money on the road now. They don't make any money from the records. And iTunes, they don't make a lot of money on that.
It's gotten too much. Too many people.
Yeah, everybody's still.
Neil Brennan explained this to me once because I was like, "What's the problem with people like you sell like let's say Chappelle Show stuff online, you know, whatever? Because you sell the iTunes probably more. It's so easy to get." He goes, "Yeah, here's the problem though. Instead of selling season 1 DVD, somebody go on iTunes and just buy the Charlie Murphy sketch."
Yeah, that's right.
So they pay $2 instead of $25.
Yeah, they've cut up the product.
Yeah, and then it's like now you're not making as much money. They don't buy the bad things.
That's right.
Or the ones they don't want.
It's like why AC/DC and a couple other bands won't do iTunes, because if you want Back in Black, you got to buy the Back in Black record. They're not going to let you just buy one song because it's going to devalue their catalog.
Yeah, that's what it is. So they make you buy the whole album?
They make you buy the whole album. But in their chance, that whole record's great. Right. But, you know, like on a band like, let's say, these dumb bands now that have one song, I can see why a lot of people steal music because most bands just have one fucking song.
People steal because it's easy and it's cheaper.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what would you say? Because I won't even know these bands.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be some albums I would buy. Let's say I'm start over right now. If a band I really like comes out with a new album, yeah, I'd probably buy every fourth one of the bands I really like.
Right.
But it's like I will buy some.
Yeah.
But I won't even know about a lot of bands.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I do is
it's just so there.
What I do is I just go on to iTunes and listen to stuff. You know, like the samples are long now.
Oh, really? They're not like 5 seconds?
No, they made them like 2 minutes now.
Want some popcorn?
Yeah, yeah.
Caramel corn? It's got marijuana in it.
Oh, no, I don't want any of that either. I'm on my bike.
Oh.
I don't want to be like,
Yeah, so it'll be a better drive home.
But you know what I've been doing now?
Yeah.
I go to Amoeba and I buy records for $2-3.
You buy the used ones?
Yeah. And I buy all the great shit.
I just sold all my old CDs.
Yeah.
And they pay you like 25 cents a piece to 10 cents a piece. You get nothing.
Nothing. But I buy
Giant
vinyl.
collections for like $100 total.
I buy vinyl for like $3.
Oh, you buy vinyl?
That's
still.
what I'm buying. Yeah.
Now, does that sound really better?
Well, oh yeah, it sounds better.
But you have to do with this.
Well, I'll tell you the problem with vinyl, which I forgot all about. I just re-got a turntable. No, how fast side 1 and 2 go. So you're sitting here talking, all of a sudden it's like, it's at the end of side 1. You go, fuck already?
20 minutes.
Yeah, usually you play the whole record. It's an hour or 30, you know. But it goes by so quick, and then it gets annoying. You go, I don't want to get up and fuck with that. Let's just turn on iTunes. Which is weird. But I like vinyl. It's fun. You know, like the old band, like, you know, to get like, to me, AC/DC on Power Age record and hold the vinyl and look at the cover and the
My
shit
friend
inside.
Ashley just got this, she made this art project where she took some old poem from like the 17th century or something, and there was like an opera written about it. So she made a bunch of paintings based on the poem / opera. And then, you know, Bonnie Prince Billy?
No.
Will Oldham is this musician, but kind of mellow music, really cool. So he made a couple songs about about it, and it was just in the back of this book of paintings was this vinyl record.
Wow.
It's also supposed to go along with this.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool, but nobody has vinyl anymore. Nobody has the record players.
I just got into it, because what happened was I was in Palm Springs, and I was at this like a coffee shop or whatever, and the guy put on a record. They had it's like a hipster place, and put on a record, and it was the Who, Quadrophenia.
Yeah.
I was listening to it, and I was like, God, that's fucking cool.
Why? On record? Why is it cool on
Well,
record?
you could just really hear some of the instruments and stuff in the background that, because iTunes is really squished.
So wait. Okay, because I heard... I shouldn't. I'm so unprofessional.
Yeah.
Got a mouthful of
It's all good.
popcorn. Henry Rollins was talking about this.
Yeah.
He goes, you're not getting the real music.
That's right.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? It sounds perfect.
Yeah. You're missing all these nuances, and it's true.
Really?
Yeah, because when they squish it down, the digital message, it's too small. So stuff gets lost.
Really?
Yeah, they squish it, and
What if they got better capabilities?
Well, that's what Neil Young's working on right now.
They have better capabilities to do
Yeah,
something
Neil
digital
Young
and
said
still-
that he was working with Steve Jobs on these downloads that would take all night,
Yeah.
but it would be the full message.
Right.
So you get all the end.
But it'd be too big. It would take up too much room on people's stuff.
Well, they were trying to figure a storage way for it.
Well, because when you think about it, 3 megabytes before,
Yeah.
that's about how long a song is.
Yep.
About 112, 124, kbps, whatever it is.
Right.
3 to 4 megabytes, something like that. 5, maybe. But in the old days, 5 megabytes was plenty to have for anything.
Totally.
And now it's just that it's like there's got to be a way to compress it better.
Well, that's what he was
richer,
saying.
yeah.
He's saying they're going to figure a way to where you look. What was that?
Is that in my kitchen or outside?
I don't know. I think it was outside.
Okay, good. Then I don't care.
But Neil Young's looking at a way where you get the whole thing, and then like iCloud stores it or whatever. The new storage for iTunes. I think it's called Match or whatever. Match. It just came out where it matches all your stuff on iTunes, so you don't have to store it on your computer anymore. iMatch, it's called. Check it out.
What does it do?
It stores all your iTunes up in like
The cloud?
yeah, like the cloud, but called iMatch.
What if you haven't paid for the stuff?
Yeah, I don't. I don't think you can do it then. So I don't know about that. But anyway, Neil Young's dream is to have these full analog kind of sounding.
It has the real sound. It has all
That's
the
right.
instruments. So you're cutting out instruments?
You're not cutting out instruments. You're squishing it so small that the small stuff in the background sounds get lost.
Wow. So you can hear that on vinyl. How about on tape? Could you hear it on tape?
You can hear it on
Cassette?
tape, but cassette, but not like vinyl.
And CD, not also? CD's even worse?
CD. Neil Young hated CDs.
Hated CDs.
Oh, he wouldn't even put his shit out on CD at
Because he
all.
said you can't hear it.
He said it's the biggest piece of shit. He goes, "You're getting
Wow.
robbed if you buy a
Really?
CD." Oh yeah, and he fought against it forever. And then he said, "Okay, you can have some of my records, but you can't have these two." And one
Which
of them
two?
was On the Beach, and the other one was, I think, not Fade Away or whatever it's called. But On the Beach is my favorite Neil Young record ever made.
Really?
And he never would put it out. And
Wow.
then finally, when the shit got better, he put it out, but he still hates it. But On the Beach is this masterpiece, miserable record he wrote about L.A.
Oh, really?
Hey, oh, yeah.
Wow. Now, do you
It's-
think normal people can tell the difference?
No.
So only
if you grew
musicians.
up in the 60s and the 70s and the 60s and late 70s,
Yeah.
you really know vinyl.
Yeah.
But the people now, they don't know it because they never heard it like that. But when you do hear it, like I hadn't heard it in maybe 15 years on vinyl,
Yeah.
and then there I was in that coffee shop, I was like, holy shit, this sounds great.
Yeah, you're on
And
the
now
beach.
when I'm at my house, On the Beach is phenomenal. The song On the Beach is insane.
Really?
Yeah, and there's one, what's the tracks?
I don't know. Hold on, I'll see you in a second. I can't play it yet, though.
It's great, man. The cover's like a Cadillac in Malibu, buried in the sand with the fins out. Neil's wearing a yellow suit.
Really?
Yeah, and it looks great.
I'm allergic to you. Or something. Cold, maybe. I don't know. On the beat. Oh, here's this. It's
Revolution Blues. That's the song, man.
Revolution Blues. Okay, that's track 3.
That song's so great.
I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah, so he hated it, you know?
Really? And he fought against. So you don't think normal people could tell the difference?
No, because they haven't heard the other way, so they wouldn't know.
It's just like, this is how I feel when like somebody I see leave a comedy show.
Yeah.
And they're like some super hacky comic.
Yeah.
And hacky has 2 definitions. One, hack is like stealing, and the other sort of definition is just like you're just doing stuff that it's sort of like, you know, prison rape jokes, just stuff you sort of heard or whatever. They're just sort of like
Facebook.
Yeah, it's just sort
I'm
of
single.
It's too typical.
Right.
That's what it is. And I'm sure I have some of that stuff in my act. I definitely do. We all do. But like,
a Facebook joke would be the nightmare of all nightmares.
Maybe. That's what sort of new, though, right? No, maybe not.
Well, I'm
maybe
just saying, every guy that when people are starting out,
it's like everyone will have a joke like this.
That's
Monica
right.
Lewinsky jokes for a while.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
It was like, yeah, you wrote it, but it's like nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I see a fan like the hacky person and the really cool person, it's like, what the fuck? How can you like both of them?
Yeah.
But it's like they don't see the little things that someone who really knows that.
It's the same way with music, too.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because you got one guy who's like in Nirvana, but he'll also buy Nickelback.
Yeah.
And you're going,
like,
what the fuck? Why are you buying Nickelback? And they go, I like this song.
And what they tune into is not the stuff that the music fan is tuning into.
They don't understand that Nickelback just fucking basically said, well, let's just kind of take their sound and do it with our songs.
Nickelback, I feel, is like a poor man's Seven Mary 3. And Seven Mary 3 is not a great band.
Here's the load. You got Seven Mary 3.
Yeah.
You got Three Doors Down.
Yeah.
You got Nickelback. Uh-huh. You have all that era of these bands, that Saliva.
Yeah.
The one that the Nickelback guy did, the Spider-Man song.
They weren't copies of Nirvana. They were copies of the copies of Nirvana.
That's right.
So some people were influenced by Nirvana, Mudhoney, and maybe a little Pearl Jam.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And it's okay to be influenced, but then you're influenced by the people who weren't really doing that sound originally anyway. It's just like, then it's like gone.
Yeah, that's the worst when you got a band.
It's like Blink-182, that power punk or that pop punk. It's like, okay, whatever. But they're sort of like,
yeah, they originated.
Damn it, whatever. Yeah, and then the new bands that do that, the ones that are going after Ashley Simpson or whatever, some 40, you're like, this isn't right. There's something missing here.
All the bands in Orange County, they call it punk rock, and you're going, punk rock? That's
pop punk.
That's
something
not,
like that.
yeah. And
Bubblegum punk.
It's all these weird bands. I think Avenged Sevenfold is one of the bands.
Really?
And you're going like, what the fuck is this, man?
Yeah.
But, you know, there's also great music. So
that's when I want to be like, when people are like, oh, you just don't understand, it's young music. I'm like, no. I like this other band that's the same time period.
Yeah.
It's just these people aren't good. Your tastes haven't developed yet.
That's right. That's right. Here's a weird thing I read one time in the LA Times. Three Doors Down. They had sold more records than anyone in the year that they...
Three Doors Down?
Yeah, it was this band, Three Doors Down.
I know them a little bit.
I think their song was... I don't know.
It was a Closing Time, was it?
No, was it Won't You Be My Superman? Was that them?
No, that's Fish.
No, not that. It's another one.
Oh.
So they play the Will Turn, and there's only like 900 tickets sold.
Whoa.
And they were like, this is the biggest band.
Yeah, how?
But they were a faceless band. There was no one to really grab onto. You looked at the guy and went, I love this singer. Because the singer looked like me. He was like short, ugly, like a fat dude.
Whenever I say Nickelback, I feel like that. I'm like, that's that guy?
And see, with Nickelback, you couldn't
hair.
pick those guys out of a two-man lineup. You know what I mean? You're like, Nickelback is the singer, that Chad guy with the weird hair.
Just looks like people at a rest stop.
That's it. So they had an interesting thing where people bought the records, but they wouldn't go see them because they didn't really care. They just liked the song. It wasn't something they really wanted to go see.
Also, it's like every song's a B plus or a B minus. You're I like it.
It's fine,
but nothing that you're like, oh, I got to get out to this.
You know what it is? It's just a song to get you to the next song on the radio. That's good enough not to make you change the station.
Yeah, I guess that's all it's become. I feel like a lot of art, movies in particular, but music too, where it's like they push not what's going to be the great, but what's going to be good for it the most amount of people.
Yeah, mediocre.
Yeah, so that's why television is sort of sucky, but it's like it's not over anybody's head.
That's right.
No one's going to turn it
They've
off.
dumbed it down, which is weird because...
So you'll never get like a Steinfeld, though. You'll never get like a new...
Nope. Yeah, you're not going to get... I mean, we're lucky we have Louie and Breaking Bad. And
but those are all
like
cable
this.
now. Cable's the only one that can do that. Because they can go on the small market. We're like, we don't need as many people as you.
That's right.
But we need a loyal few. The Chuck Taylor model. That's what I just say. Chuck Taylor has been sold and resold and resold over and over and over again. Because instead of putting out a business, people are like, look, most people won't buy these shoes.
Yeah.
But there is a market.
Yeah.
We can make some money. And we will not lose money on Chuck Taylors.
Yeah, they make them in China now.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even make them in the USA
not
anymore.
Not even American.
Yeah. Which is weird, you know what I mean?
But it's like, always be a moneymaker, so just keep putting it out there. It's like, that's what cable stations are, where it's like, let's just make a cool show for the hip, cool people.
Fuck yeah.
Breaking Bad's amazing. Not everybody's going to be into it. Some people are like, nah, it's too dark for me. It's like, okay, then don't watch. Just
you got
Leno come on soon.
You can watch whatever, is on regular TV.
Yeah.
I think Breaking Bad's the best shit I've seen since The Sopranos' first three seasons.
Pretty badass. Sopranos' first thing. I'm glad you said that because after that it got kind of sucky.
Yeah, right.
I watched it later because everybody got into it, but I watched it later and I'm like, this took a serious turn. Renzizi said it the best. He goes, once the mom died, that show should have been over.
That's it. Because you get up to, even when Buscemi took over.
She was too big a character.
That's right. And when Buscemi took over and directed that one season and was on it, that kind of got it going again, but it was just shitty.
Yeah, it wasn't really there anymore, right?
The first three are really insane. It makes you feel like that's a real mob family. It's just cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they don't kill for like 9 episodes, but when they do kill, you go, whoa those are fucking killers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they don't overdo it. That's what I have a problem with a lot of mob
they
stuff.
Don't.
Overdo. It's like they don't kill every fucking day.
That's right.
I don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
No, that's true, though,
Yeah.
They don't. They whack like one dude in 20 years. And
my feeling is like when people said, like, do you know who I am? You won't say that shit if you know who I am. It's like, no, but I guarantee you wouldn't be yelling, do you know who I am or what I can do to you in a public fucking building.
Yeah, kid. First of all, no one.
Fake mafia.
The real mob guys.
They don't say anything. They're just like,
ever.
Hey, later when he goes home, make sure he dies.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have to see it coming.
They don't even say anything. It's like a code. It's like some kind of weird this, and then bam, the guy's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, mob's pretty cool.
Dana White was telling me about this guy in Boston. Was like this fighter. They had these fighters. These guys just fight in bars.
Yeah.
Not for money or anything. They just get into fights.
Yeah.
And there were 2 great guys, whatever. But one of these guys got hit over the head with a bottle, like a full bottle of vodka. Like it had stuff in it, so it didn't even break over
That'll
his head.
Fuck you up.
Knocked him out. 7, 8 years passed. 10 years passed. Whatever it was. This guy's been in AA, redid his life. Not the guy who got hit, the fighter. This other little scroungy guy. One day, that fighter is outside an AA meeting. He comes out. He goes, "Hey, John." Let's say John. He goes, "Oh, hey, Bill. What are you doing here?" He goes, "You know what I'm doing here." And he's like, "Bro, that was like 10 years ago. I'm a different man now."
Yeah.
And he goes, "You're gonna get your beating."
Yeah, revenge.
Yeah, and he put him in the hospital. He's like, "Yeah, you don't get away with punching me."
He carried it that long.
He's like, "That's what I do. I get back at people."
That's fucking crazy. Wow. You know what, man? If more people were like that, people wouldn't pull as much shit as they do.
No, random fucking big men would just punch people in the face all the time.
That's right.
Ugh, it'd be a horrible life.
It'd be
everywhere
terrible.
Was Boston.
Okay, yeah, like that North End.
Yeah.
You know where
I like here? You bump into someone at a bar, you go, "I'm sorry." And it's like, "No, it's cool, man."
Yeah, totally.
Just move on. Nobody tried to bump anybody.
Yeah. That North End, that Boston kind of vibe of like, first of all, anything they ever say is this. Fuck the Yankees. That's how every conversation starts. And you're like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? We're at a restaurant. Yeah, but fuck the Yankees. Like, wow, all right. It's weird. Boston's weird, man.
I've seen people with bloody noses, just blood streaming down their faces, and they're just like, well, let's go get pizza. Yeah. It's like, they're like, what? It's just like, it's Saturday night, we fight.
It's fuck that.
Oh, kill yourselves.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's suicide.
It's just fucking lame.
I'm sure there are plenty of cool people in Boston, but there's plenty of fucking D-bags.
There are, man. I spent some time there, and it's just like, wow. The people are just... It's weird. They're so, like, sports-oriented. Like, one wrong team or something, they want to fight you. Like, the team gives a fuck.
Me and David Taylor were going to do that. We had this prank show all written up, and one of them was go to a Boston bar, sports bar,
right,
with full Yankees gear and just root for the Yankees.
Oh, you know where you got to do that? On that strip right behind Wrigley. What's the field called? The Green Monster, their field. Fenway. Right behind it, they got a street there, and it's all bars.
Yeah, so place like that. Just try.
That's where you got to go.
start someone to beat the fuck out of you.
I'll tell you what, that'd be some of the funniest shit ever. I don't think you would even make 10 feet because you just get the drunk fucking...
I think at some point someone knocked the hat off your head. Before they really start with you, knock the hat off your head, you go to pick it up, they kick it away.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, like it's
you
just starting.
You just get that blue-collar plumber guy and he just beats you with a pipe,
Once one guy starts and they all join in.
That's it, man, because that whole street there is straight, fuck the Yankees. You're not even playing the Yankees today.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how I feel about the Lakers at all times.
No, you don't like the Lakers?
Fuck the Lakers.
Who do you like, Clippers?
Well, I hate the Lakers. No,
right.
I'm a Hornets fan.
A Hornets fan.
Back from when they were still in North Carolina.
Right.
God, we've challenged once for a championship. Like once we came like second in the league regular season. And then we lost in the second round.
Was Jordan there for a while? Like
he was there as like a
coach or something?
Yeah, but that's in New Charlotte.
Oh, I gotcha.
Our team left, went to New Orleans. City, New Orleans, and then the new team came in.
Jordan.
So Christian there, that team lost its fan base when their owner, I think his name was Shin, maybe it was George Shin, or maybe they'll go right before George Shin. He got caught fucking his like maid or something like that.
Right.
And people are like, we're not going to support the team anymore. That's not very Christian.
Wow.
The owner.
Yeah.
And that was doing something illegal, by the way.
Yeah.
Just cheating on his wife. People were like, nah, we're not supporting that team. And they couldn't. And it was, I mean, still some people came, but enough people like stock on like, well, we can't afford to keep this team here anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah, Charlotte's a cool city, but it's just
but that's kind of witch hunt stuff.
Bible Belt's like too much.
Yeah, Bible Belt's brutal.
Yeah,
I can't believe how racist the Bible Belt is.
It really is.
It's bizarre.
So you must have gone all through that, huh?
I did a film with Ice Cube 3 years ago. You know, in Shreveport, and I've never seen this before. We were in traffic, and it was Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
I had just flown in.
Oh, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, so we're in a van going to the set, and I'm like, what the fuck is this traffic? We're in one spot for like an hour.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, Klan rally.
Whoa!
And I go, Klan rally? You're kidding, right? This is 3 years ago. And he goes, no, man.
Whoa.
It's up here, and they're protesting Martin Luther King Day. Now, you know, Shreveport is 59% black.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know, first of all, how they don't just kill these guys.
But you know why? I figured it out. It's because most black men aren't murderers. Well, I never forget. When I know this amazing racist stuff, like, how'd you not get your ass kicked? I'm like, because people don't want to kill.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. So listen to this. We get up close, and there they are on the side of the road to the right of the window. And they've got those robes on, just like you see, all nice embroidered with the fucking logos and shit. Yeah. And this girl Klansman, this is how I knew she was a girl. She came up and put a flyer in through the window and went. She said,
of your car?
Join the Superior or something, and dropped this flyer in. I used to have it, and I lost it. I was so
you
pissed.
Should have that.
But it had all this shit about why you should join the Klan.
Like what's wrong with blacks?
Everything. They're dirty and all this weird shit. And here it is, middle of the day. And I'm like...
This is 3 years ago?
This is 3 years ago in Shreveport.
2009?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, how are these guys not killed? I've never seen anything like it. And I'm fucking 46, man. I've never seen the Klan. I grew up in the Bay Area. That just doesn't exist.
One of the coolest things I ever saw, someone was filming something. We were playing softball one day, a bunch of comics, and there was a basketball court right next to us. And there was this guy in a Klan outfit there, and he was dribbling around. And this white guy was guarding him, and you could tell he was black. When the guy in the Klan outfit, when he dunked the first time.
Yeah.
Some of his, like, the
Klan guy dunking.
Yeah, you see a little black skin, but it was so fucking funny to watch this Klan.
Were they filming it?
Yeah, someone was filming it.
Yeah.
But he was just crossing this guy over. This guy was trying to play defense.
Just
crossing him over, running around, doing spins, and just fucking jamming behind his back.
Right.
It'd be like, it's really awesome to watch a guy in a Klan outfit do that.
That's great. When I was, I don't know, years back, when I first saw you, I didn't even know you were the Amazing Racist. When I first started going to the store, I didn't put it together.
I'm not the Amazing Racist. I just did that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I didn't put it together like that was the guy. So me and the guys used to watch that shit on the tour bus all the time. Like, look at this fucking guy. So I'll never forget it, man. My buddy came to see me at the store early on, and you were like in the hallway. He goes, dude, Amazing Racist right there. And I go, holy fuck, I see a guy all the time, and that is him. I mean, because that shit was insane, man.
It was insane.
I can't. What year did you do that?
I don't know, 2004, 2003.
God, man.
I should know when it was. 2002, maybe. I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Can't be 10 years ago. He was right at the beginning of like viral videos.
And how many hits do you got on them? Are they still on YouTube?
No, they get taken down.
Oh, they did? Why?
They didn't because YouTube doesn't get irony.
Oh, yeah.
They leave up. They have an order of what they'll take down. The Mexican one, always take that down.
Yeah.
Right away. The black one, they take down a little less.
The dry cleaner one?
Yeah. The Muslim one they'll keep up, and
Right.
the Asian one they'll keep up. Now, it's all the same tone.
Yeah,
It's all pretty much the
totally.
same tone. So they're
Yeah.
pretty much saying, and
Yeah.
they do by complaints or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Asian racist is not as bad as Mexican racist
Unbelievable.
or black racist. It's just not.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And how many hits was the biggest you ever saw on it? Like a mil?
No, way more. There's
Oh, really?
There's one video on there that the only Mexican one that's up. It's like 2 seconds. It looks like it's the whole thing, but then you
Yeah.
play it, goes brr, and it's done.
Yeah.
And that has like 4 million views.
Wow.
Just some shitty copy of.
Where do you have them now?
I have my website, arithegreat.com. If you go
Shit
to
is
videos,
so
I put them up
great.
there.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's retarded. Yeah,
God.
but it's fun.
Now, were the other people in on the jokes?
Sometimes we tell them like afterwards.
Right. Like the dry cleaning guy. Was he in
Yeah.
on that?
A lot of people were in on it.
Yeah.
Because he looked at the camera.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. But sometimes we would get like people's the fat guy called Fat Albert, whatever. It's like we would ask the manager or the owner of the place
Yeah.
if we could film there, get a location permit from him. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and when is your black employee working?
Yeah.
And he would tell us and not tell him. So it was like, there's no danger. We're allowed to be there. But
Right.
he wouldn't know. You know? So what the fuck is going on? And then one thing I would never do, I hate in prank show, I hate the reveal of like, we're just fucking
Yeah,
around.
fuck that.
No, let it go. Let it be harsh.
Yeah, well,
Let it seem like
I thought it
what
was
on.
real shit.
Yeah,
I
everybody
thought you
did.
were just a crazy fucking guy.
It was mostly fake.
Yeah, but it was unbelievable when I first saw it. My buddy was like, "You seen this?" And I was like, "No fucking way!
Back
That
in those
guy's
days, you're
crazy."
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the one where you go, I think the liquor store.
Yeah.
That one, man. And then the one where you pick the guys up.
That's the Mexican one. That's the one that got me the most death
Right.
threats. It gets taken down the most. Fuck, we went forever.
All right, man.
2.5. Well, thanks. What's your Twitter account?
At Dean Delray, Delray.
DEAN.
DEANDELRAY.
Okay.
And,
like Lana Del Rey.
No, she's REY. Thank
fuck
God.
her then.
Yeah, fuck her. You know.
I like her. Those couple songs were good.
Yeah.
What else? You have a website?
No website.
All right. It's only 2012.
Yep.
Building your
Twitter.
website.
I'm building a website actually.
Okay. But Twitter, you're
But
on
Twitter's where it's
Dean
at.
Del Rey.
Dean Delray.
Okay.
And then I got the pool side with Dean Delray.
Oh yeah. On
Every Monday, Tuesday. You're going to do it. When do you want to do it? Next Monday. You here?
what time do you do it?
1:00.
Well, we're going to start doing ours from 4 to 6 every Tuesday.
Right, but you want to do it a Monday at 1 though?
I'm saying Tuesday, and then I can just stay and do mine.
Okay. So the next Tuesday I have a guest there. So
Oh, okay.
after, are you going
No,
somewhere?
I can do
soon?
Monday. I can go up there Monday.
Okay,
That's fine.
cool.
Yeah, I can totally do that.
Okay, cool. And then we'll have lunch right there.
Oh yeah, I
Because-
had Pinks today. Wait, we're all set to go get Dodger dogs, and they're like, no, we're Dodger dogs. It's Pinks.
Yeah. Yep. But you know what? I got like a card there, and they give you discounts everywhere.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
they said they're going to give us that.
Yeah, you get that.
So it's the Toad Hop Network. So
That's
go to
right. ToadHopNetwork.com.
just like it would spell ToadHopNetwork.com.
And my show's Poolside with Dean Delray.
Yeah, the website's pretty self-explanatory. It shows where everything
Totally.
is.
And you can get it on iTunes too.
they just started that, right?
That's right.
And so you can subscribe separately just to your podcast.
That's
you don't
right.
have to go to the whole network.
That's
or
right. You
anything.
don't have to take the whole thing. You can just type in Dean Delray on iTunes and it comes up, all the shows.
So you can watch live if you want to
Watch
see
live.
what Tony Katane looks like now, or you can.
Yeah, she looks pretty good,
It
man.
doesn't look bad at all.
Wow.
At all. Every once in a while, I'll see an old video when I'm looking at stuff.
Yep.
It'll be like a live thing, like, playing at the whatever, and she's in the background.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, what?
She's hot.
She was everywhere. Every cool party she was at.
Yeah, and she's really nice.
Yeah. She comes to David Taylor's barbecue sometimes.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it
then
was
she
amazing. I
hangs
was
at the
like,
comedy
is
store.
Tony Katane here?
Isn't that weird?
At David Taylor's Boys in the Hood like yard?
I know David Taylor's got the total Boys in the Hood
It looks
yard.
like that. Just all dirt.
Oh, I love that. I always wear my worst shoe when I go over there.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get dirty.
Yeah.
I wear these white Chucks because I wanted to dirty them up. I don't
Yeah.
think they look good all white, so I'm like, I'll wear them there.
Yep.
I'll get bad.
It's so Boys in the Hood, man. I can't believe it because I'm just looking around.
Why'd you hit me, Mama?
Yeah,
Well, why'd you
where's
hit me?
Doughboy? Hey, thanks for having me on, man.
You're welcome, Dean.
That was really cool.
Yeah. I'll
Man,
do it Monday.
I'm a big fan of your shit, man. So
Oh,
it's
thanks, man.
great to do it for real. I love watching you. Funny as shit, man.
Thanks. I wish I could convince myself of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. That's everybody's demon.
All right, Rad, I'm going to blow my nose.
Thanks, man.
All right.